with a poor 109 runs. The Gladiators almost made a mess of the chase. However, Rawal and Chanandia engineered a dramatic rescue, this time with the bat. A 3-wicket win with 1 ball to spare ensured the Gladiators maintained an all-win record in the Parimatch News SPL Season 2.
सौराष्ट्र के इन मैदानों में इस जंग के ऐलानों में हर तरफ यहाँ अब शोर चले देखेंगे किसका जोर चले जोर चले हर युद्ध यहाँ घनघोर चले हर तरफ यहाँ अब शोर चले सौराष्ट्र में किसका जोर चले
Day 6 at Parimatch News presents Saurashtra Premier League Season 2. The boys have arrived at the gigantic SCA Stadium in Rajkot. All the cool winds blowing around the stadium right now, but things are getting heated up in the tournament. Each team battling it out till the end to bag a win to get those points on the points table. Well, last night's match was a proof of it, but today it is the Zalawad Royals versus the Kutch Warriors. Well, the Royals look good because they've got 2 wins of 3 matches, but the Kutch Warriors, they have 2 back-to-back losses, and it's a do-or-die situation for them. Hello everyone and welcome to Parimatch News presents Saurashtra Premier League Season 2. This is Madonna Tixera and alongside with me is a former cricketer Pragyan Oja. Pragyan, I just can't get over last night's nail-biting encounter. When the match looked like it was going in the favour of the Warriors, Chirag Jani and his Lions contained them. You know, defending a low score of 109 looked like very easy, but they took it till the 20th over.
I think it shows how well they have planned themselves, and when you're defending low scores, prior to this game also we saw the way I think Chirag Jania's team they beat Kutch Warriors. It was a good score. They were cruising suddenly with the effort from Chirag Jani, then Sonu and Devang, the way they bowled, they got the game back. And after that, last night, the way they bowled, I think they know the plan and they have so much confidence that their bowling unit can do really well against good sides.
Yes, great, commendable effort from the Lions, but in the end, it was the Gladiators who won because, you know, the tail end batters, you know what they did? They just turned the course and momentum of the game around, especially that big 6 coming from Chanandia, and he was magical with the ball to 3 overs, 3 wickets, 19 runs. Please talk us through it.
I think these 2 guys, Kuldeep and Shaurya, they have been brilliant. Over the years, they have been doing this for their team. What I heard is there have been a couple of situations where the game was tight and they got the team out, so they knew exactly what to do. And the way he got that 6, mind you, I was on the comm, I was a little surprised when Kuldeep didn't take took a double and Shaurya was on the strike. I thought, why wasn't Kuldeep on the strike? Because he was playing really well, but then with that 6, he just told us that what he can do with bat and the ball.
Yes, Kuldeep, 20 runs unbeaten, and the most important runs when the team needed it the most. Also, a record-breaking bowling spell. 4 overs, 4 wickets, and just 14 runs. You know, he has surpassed Chetan Sakaria's record of last season.
He is a very old campaigner, you know. He's played under 16 cricket with me, and he's got lot of experience. And yesterday when I was talking to him, like an old horse, he was like, sir, I knew what to do and I knew exactly where to bowl. And it shows that the experience that he has, with that he's got that confidence of delivering in the crunch situation, and being the highest wicket taker, taking 4 wickets for just 14 runs in both the seasons. I think he's done really well.
Yes, old is gold, but today it is going to be the Zalawad Royals versus the Kutch Warriors. A big match for the Kutch Warriors. Let's take a look at the points table.
See, Zalawad Royals, they have been brilliant because of the net run rate. They played 3 games, they won 2, lost 1. But if you look at Gladiators, they're only behind because their net run rate is not greater than what the Royals have.
Yes.
But this game is very important for them. If they win this game, they are through to the finals because this is their last game. Saying that, when you look at Kutch Warriors, I think this is a do or die game because first 2 games they have lost, and mind you, last game that we are repeatedly talking about, they were in a cruising situation. Both their openers, they batted really well. They almost got 85, 86 runs in partnership, but after that, things didn't go their way.
True.
And that is something they need to address because this game, if they don't win, they're out of the tournament.
Yes, and they cannot afford to collapse today. But let's quickly head to the pitch where Sabah Karim takes us through the pitch report.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is day 6 of this tournament. One has seen an enthralling tournament so far and some absorbing contest also. And all this has happened because of the way the wickets have behaved in this tournament so far. For instance, in yesterday's encounter, we saw some variable bounce, up and down movement, and the batters found it very difficult to play the big shots. Today, same wicket will be used for today's encounter. And as I go down, I could figure out why there was variable bounce on the surface. It's all because the cracks you see here. There's one here, there's one here, and I see these strips of cracks going from here till the other end. So whenever a ball is pitched on these areas, on these cracks, they've got some up and down movement. So batters will find it difficult to really time their shots, so they need to be mindful of that. For pace bowlers, if they pitch the ball in the right areas here, especially on the cracks, they will get some up and down movement. Spinners, if you notice the way Kuldeep Rawal bowled yesterday, very tight in his line and length and the odd ball turn. So that's the cue for the left-arm spinners or any other spinner for that matter. I feel that on a surface like this, I would still prefer to bat first, post a score about 145, 150, and then try and defend it, because I do feel that as the match progresses, this wicket will deteriorate further.
So Sabah says there's nothing for the batters today. Please talk us through the pitch report.
I think it's the same pitch that they used last night. And when we saw the wicket, it was helping the bowlers a bit, like especially when you are varying your pace, and a couple of deliveries that had uneven bounce. So that is something which all these bowlers will be thinking about, and I'm expecting someone like Samar Gajar to do some magic here, because he's been bowling well and he batted well, but more today I expect him to do with the ball. The wicket is going to help the spinners.
An expected score?
Maybe 130 will be a score that they can defend. Anybody.
All right, thank you. Well, right now it's time to head towards Charu Sharma for the toss.
Day 6, match 7. Can we expect another cliffhanger? On the face of it, a team that's sitting right on top of the table, and a team that, let's just say, has a lot of work to do. The star cast to my right, the skipper of the Zalawad Royals, Sheldon Jackson. To his right, Agni Archie, the skipper of the Kutch Warriors, and to his right, the match referee, Mr. Altaf Merchant. Agni, you have the coin. Sheldon, your call.
Heads.
Heads is the call.
And it's heads. You won, Sheldon.
After a very long time, the coin finally came down. All right, what are you going to do, Sheldon?
We are going to field first.
Okay, now you saw what happened on this pitch yesterday. Runs were difficult to get. You want to field first to be able to chase no more than?
I think we'll chase better, because that's what we did in the first match, and to be honest, that's when we looked comfortable. But today's a new day, and it's a must-win match for us. So we are just backing our strengths, and let's see from there.
All right, team changes.
Just one change, Kotak comes in place of Ansh Gosai.
All right, also you're doing very well on the table at this point of time, but this is your last match. So is there any additional pressure on the team? Because it's a do or die, you get 3 wins, you're in the final.
I think every day in life is pressure. This is just a game that we love to play. So if you love to do something, I don't think there should be added pressure. And yeah, that's all. So just go out there and enjoy yourselves, and let's see what happens then.
You make a good point about handling pressure, and good luck with the bat today.
Thank you so much, sir.
Agni, no luck with the toss, but here you are, you're going to be batting first, and you saw that the totals weren't very big yesterday. A thought today about what you might want to get?
Yeah, the tournament has been having low totals throughout, so I think we're looking for 140.
Not bad, of course. Who is going to get the runs for you? Because the runs have been a little short, although, mind you, you had a fantastic opening stand earlier on.
I think in both the games we had a good partnership in the top three, but the lower middle order needs to come in handy today if we need to score those runs.
Any changes?
Yeah, we got a couple of changes. Earth and Ruchit unfortunately miss out, and Saurish and I forgot that.
We'll take a couple of changes, that's okay. But of course, let me, I don't need to remind you about the table. 2 matches, 2 losses. So this is a do or die.
Yeah, definitely. I think a couple of games are do or die for us. But if we win both the games, then we're right in it.
Well, we wish you luck for both the games, today as well as the next one.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Sheldon Jackson wins the toss for the Zalawad Royals. They are sitting pretty on top of the table. This is their final match, and he has opted to bowl first.
Well, everything looking all positive already for the Royals. They won the toss, choose to bowl. This is the lineup of the teams. Let's take us through it, Pragyan.
I think for Kutch Warriors, it is Suresh Chakravarti and Amit Ranjan, 2 changes. And for Zalawad Royals, it is Hetvik Kotak who comes in. But this Amit guy is a good batsman. That's what I was told. And Chakravarti, he's a medium pacer all-rounder.
All right, let's see who makes it happen. Who is the new hero who will rise to the occasion? Well, the Kutch Warriors have to buckle up because it is a do-or-die match for them. Zalawad Royals, if they win this match, they will be heading high up. They're already high on the points table. It will be a positive and extremely locked entry into the finals. All right, over to the commentators.
Good evening and welcome. We are coming to you live from the Saurashtra Cricket Association Stadium here in Rajkot. It's day 6, match number 7 of Parimatch News. Saurashtra Premier League Season 2 as the umpires make their way to the middle. Piyush Kakkar and Shakti Singh Jadeja. They'll be officiating. It's been a wonderful tournament, not just for the players, for the umpires as well. TV umpire will be Bhavish Patel and match referee Altaf Merchant. The Zalawad Royals sitting pretty on top at the moment. It's a story of David versus Goliath at the moment. And fair enough, the Kutch Warriors will need to play out their skins to stay alive as they lie in danger of elimination. But all eyes will be on Sheldon, who decided to field first. And in come the batters. They've looked so good for Kutch Warriors, the top order. Krishnakant, Harvik, just the right time to also welcome in the con box former international cricketer Saba Karim. Good evening, Saba.
Good evening, Mikhail. A splendid day once again for this encounter. This is the Royals versus the Kutch Warriors. The Royals pretty well placed at this stage. One more win and they can go through to the finals. On the other side, you have Kutch Warriors. They have struggled so far, but if they do manage to win this one and the one after this, they can remain in contention, provided they have a healthy net run rate. So the approach needs to be looked at from Kutch Warriors' point of view. They need to maintain a healthy strike rate and maintain a healthy net run rate, and then try and defend whatever runs they put on board.
Absolutely, even as the Iron win, Harvik Desai looked very impressive in the last game. Strike rate of 106. We keep talking about starting off well in the first 6 overs. The talking point has also been the surface on offer. And if Kutch Warriors need to do something spectacular, they don't just need to win, but they need to win big, Saba. That's the key for them.
Yes, a lot would depend on the kind of start these two openers provide the side. And the captain at the time of toss did mention that the top order batters have provided them some kind of stability. But it's the middle order, the lower order, who have failed to put runs on board for the side. And that is one of the biggest reasons where the Kutch Warriors have struggled so far. The Royals are a very solid side. Sheldon Jackson has led the side admirably. Then they have Sakaria. So they have a perfect blend of experience and youngsters in their 11.
Absolutely, they look strong across all the lines. That's the best part about the Royals. We're all set for ball number 1. Everybody in readiness. It's a Tuesday evening here. We're all set for match number 7. The Zalawad Royals taking on the Kutch Warriors. Sheldon Jackson win the toss and electing to field first.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's play.
Suresh Tamil, 8 wickets for him in the tournament. How impressive has he been for the Royals? That's why you need everybody turning up and raising their hand. Immediately some movement into the right-handed batter. Very good start.
Difficult bowler to face Tamil because of his action. You know that the ball is going to come in, but he gets in the sharp in-dipper, and it comes in very late. You can see the seam movement angle towards the fine leg, and you know that the ball is going to come in, but as soon as it hits the deck, it comes in pretty sharply. So you need to readjust.
Because of that shape that you're talking about, a short mid-wicket in place, Sabah. Just for that catch, miss-hit. Oh, almost carried to the bowler on this occasion. Playing it on the up.
And it is expected, this kind of behavior from the surface. Extremely mischievous, isn't it now, Mikhail? Up and down movement. At times, it holds up. And unlike what we had expected, the wicket has not been a true surface for the batters. And batters from all the sides have struggled to find pace off the wicket. They've struggled to get their timing right. And that is why we've seen some low scores in this tournament so far.
Absolutely, Sabah. Everybody in it. This time, short and wide, an opportunity there for the batter to just cut loose. Good point that you made, Sabah. It's not a pitch on which a batter can just come and get going. He has to take his time and settle himself in.
That's what I noticed today, Mikhail. You see the cracks here. They go right from right across till both the ends. And some of these cracks have widened a little bit. They are brittle in nature. So any delivery that are pitched on these areas, they will get some up and down movement or even deviation of the surface.
This time drives it straight to the field at mid-off. Very good looking shot and nicely fielded as well. Jay at mid-off. That was travelling.
I like the field setting here. Sheldon Jackson has done quite well. He understands the surface, he understands the wicket, and has put in fielders in the right position. You mentioned short mid-wicket. They also have a short cover as a catcher. They've got a fielder at slip, and then they have one at fine leg.
Goes for that expansive pull, but not in position. Gets the toe end of the bat. Now that's the problem. The surface will keep testing the batter's patience because the ball is not going to come easily onto the bat.
The Kutch Warriors, Samat Vyas is a decent batter. Pathak, then Harvik Desai, a wicketkeeper batter, played a crucial knock in the last game, but unfortunately couldn't take the side home. And they would expect these 3-4 batters at the top to put some runs on board for their side, the Kutch Warriors.
2 changes for them this evening. Sauresh Chakrabarti, the medium pacer, and Amit Ranjan, right arm off spinner and middle order batter, coming into the playing 11. But a good start this for the Gladiators, beg your pardon, the Royals. Short and wide, gives it a wide slash, and he fetches 4 and he's off the mark. What a way to end the first over. That's what Krishnakant Pathak can do. He'll not stick wide for long. 1 over gone, it's 4 for no loss. Just the one change for Zalawad Royals. Kotak comes in for Ansh Gosai. Otherwise, it's a very, very formidable side, strong across all lines. Depth in their batting as well, a lot of variety in their bowling. And talk about their bowling, well, you can't keep the ball away from Sakaria. Star in the last game, accounted for 3 wickets and practically won the match single-handedly. What an asset he's to the side. 16 wickets for him. He's bowling from the Parimatch News end.
First 2 games, he didn't have a decent outing, Sakaria, but he came back strongly in the last game, picked up those 3 important wickets and won the game for his side.
On target, watchfully played towards point. And that'll be a single. This is very good cricket. They need to start rotating the strike. They cannot get bogged down. That's the problem that they'll have to keep in mind.
Previous over, this is what happened. Pathak, he had to get out of the crease to get that kind of momentum and power. From the crease, he wasn't able to generate any kind of strength or power. But to get that timing right, he had to come out of the crease, and he did that in such a wonderful manner. Finds the gap and gets the boundary. That's what is needed on a track like this. Either you have a high backlift so you can generate that kind of power, otherwise to get that kind of momentum you need to step out. And that's what happened with Pathak in the last over.
Just trying to understand, Sabha, do you have to play out of your comfort zone on a surface like this? Oh, he goes big, but has he got the distance on this? Fielder running behind, will fall safe as they complete 2 runs. Once again, the sound from the bat didn't really come out convincingly. Enough indication that once again the batter is struggling to play through the line.
A positive mindset from Pathak though. And he takes on Chetan Sakaria, most important bowler, or the big gun from the Royals. Manages to clear the fielder at mid-on. Didn't connect it well though. What kind of field Sakaria has got? He's got a fielder at backward point, not backward point, right at the boundary line, and then he's got a slip and a short third man.
Oh, what a delivery. Completely beaten. Call that peach, cliche it may sound. But that was a wonderful ball that just surprised the batter. Sabha, as you rightly pointed out, very unconventional in look.
Extremely unconventional. Never seen something like this. So he has a short third man at the 30-yard circle. And this one angled away from the right-hander. Wonderful delivery from him. And then he has a kind of a gully fielder there.
That's one thing that Sakaria will keep doing, is asking questions to the batter. He bowls the hard lengths. We saw him in the last game as well. Super impressive, Sabha.
Came back strongly, picked up 3 wickets, had a fielder position for that kind of a delivery, and this was the big one. Outplayed by Savada into the hands of the fielder at first slip, and this was a surprise bouncer from him and an easy catch to the fielder there. 3 crucial wickets. Hasn't had too many opportunities in this season's IPL. Was with Delhi Capitals, played I think 3 to 4 games, but he did quite well in all the matches that he played. And at times, because of the dynamics of the composition, one doesn't get an opportunity in the 11. A wonderful team man though.
Fuller this time improvises over the infield, up and above, and that'll go for another 4. This is a very good shot. Krishnakant Pathak has decided he'll be the man who will be calling the shots between the 2 openers, and that's what they need to do, make full use of the field restrictions.
Without any inhibition, lines himself so well to this delivery from Sakaria. And there was this open area in front of him, square of the wicket, and that fetches him a boundary. Clean hit from Pathak.
Shorter this time, was guilty of bowling it too full on that occasion, but a little too high on this occasion for comfort. He'll have to re-bowl this.
Although this went for a wide, but good planning to try and push Pathak on the back foot. On a track like this, you need to bowl the hard length, and in between slip in a bouncer like this. You're allowed 1 per over.
What's coming next? Again, not in position to pull it, but he still manages to get some bat on it. Work to do for the fielder at square leg. He'll not cut it off. It's 4 more. And that's what Krishnakant Pathak has been doing. A 4 of the last delivery of the first over, and a 4 in this as well. 2 gone and 16 for no loss.
On the second over, the Kutch Warriors are scoring an 8 over, and the score is 16.
playing 11 of both the sides. Kutch Warriors still to open the account in this tournament, while Zalawad Royals, with 2 wins in 3 games, are sitting pretty. 2 changes for the Royals. Chakrabarti and Ranjan in the playing 11, and for the Kutch Warriors, beg your pardon, for the Royals, it's Ansh Gosai who's sitting out and Kotak coming in, and for the Kutch Warriors, Saurashtra Chakrabarti and Amit Ranjan making their way. Samar Gajjar, a star in the last game with bat and ball, walked away with the honours, and he now has to bowl in the power play.
Useful player, Samar Gajjar, bowls left arm spin, bats right hand, comes down the order, is capable of getting some runs for his side. He did that in the last game. Pathak has done quite well. This is the kind of attitude you need when you're up against a strong side like Royals, who have a very strong bowling combination.
Makes room for himself, manufacture the shot on this occasion. Will fetch only a single. Will have to do something different in the power play. Now all fielders on the offside inside the circle, but the fielder at long off. Piyush Kakkar and Shakti Singh Jadeja, and match referee Altaf Merchant, and the TV umpire Bhavish Patel for this particular game. They've all had a good outing, may I add. Good start here by Gajjar. Now he's up against Pathak, who does not like to be kept quiet for long. Mid-off comes up and long on pushes back. The challenge is on. Goes big, fielder in position. Has he fallen into the trap? Yes, he has. He saw that move being happening, but yet he fell for it. The rush of blood creating an opportunity here for the Royals, and they secure their first break.
No, come on, what have you done, Pathak? This is Parimatch News, cheerful moment for the Royals. They have broken through. They've got the first wicket of Pathak. What was he thinking? A fielder was positioned just before this delivery, and that's what he does. Again tries to go for the big shot, this time in the same area, holds out to the fielder at long on. Well executed planning from the Royals. And they got the wicket of Krishnakant Pathak, who's looking so good, especially against the seam bowlers. Gone for 14, is 12, beg your pardon, is 17 for 1.
Dev Dand walks in at number 3 and he's in. That's because just some time back Krishnakant Pathak went through a brain freeze moment and just threw away an opportunity. Gajjar striking in his very first over. And that's been the highlight for the Royals. They've looked very good in the field, very sharp.
What happened here though to Krishnakant Pathak, who was batting so well? Suddenly lost his concentration. And they sent in a left-hander now, Dev Dar, just to get that left-right combination here. Now there was a fielder position at long on, and there you see Krishnakant Pathak trying to go big in that area, and the mid-off was up in the circle. Could always waited for a couple of deliveries and then try and play in that area.
This time he's off the mark with a single towards long on. He'll retain strike after 3 overs. It's 18 for 1. that Royals are sitting on top is because they create opportunities up front and capitalize on most occasions, like how they've done it in this particular game as well. They're up against Kutch Warriors, still finding that elusive win in the negative net run rates. But what's adding a lot of drama is Gohilwad Gladiators and the teams to follow as well. That's because there's a lot of movement from north to south. But they'll need to move at this kind of speed, the Kutch Warriors, Sabah, if they have to get to a big total.
Aditya Singh Jadeja, the left arm seamer, has picked up 2 wickets in the 4 games he has played so far. This is the 4th game for him. He gets the ball to come in to the right-hander, and this will go out. Yes, that's one reason why Jackson has a fielder at first slip or second slip for that outside edge. Attacking field set here by the captain Jackson.
Again, good seam presentation on this occasion. Good movement as well. Just got the impression the batter was playing the wrong line. It's so important on a surface like this, you land the ball in the right areas.
Well, he's sent in for a purpose here. Devdara needs to strike big. Improve on the run rate of the Kutch Warriors.
Oh, he's picked that up. High and handsome as well. He fetches the first 6 too. The flick of the wrists and the power in the forearm suggests that was a home run. Flat, but gets maximum.
Strong wrist here from Devdan. What a wonderful pickup shot here. Brilliant strike from him. Just a little bit onto the pads, and there he goes. Middle is very well. So confident in his shot execution, and clears the fence easily.
If this is what he can do, I'll tell you what, this move can turn out to be very, very beneficial for the Kutch Warriors. They need more of this. We're still in the power plays, remember. Oh, he goes big, but this time he's only got height on it. Fielder coming underneath, looks like a straightforward catch, and it's taken. Suresh with a straightforward catch over there, and what looked like a promising start ends up with a very soft dismissal.
Again, a Parimatch News cheerful moment for the Royals. They're struck again. They've got rid of Devdan, who hit a wonderful 6 previous delivery. This time changed his length. He's pulled his shot a little bit, went for the big shot, and it went high in the air. Suresh has done a wonderful job here. Look at him, eyes on the ball, and such an easy grab in the end. And I quite like what the bowler did there. He ensured that everybody is away from Suresh. So Devdan has to depart. He goes for 7. It's 24 for 2.
Kutch Warriors have just put themselves in a little bit of trouble after losing 2 early wickets. The shot selection, may I add, has been a little bit of a concern, and in comes Samarth Vyas. Has batted well at a strike rate of 124 in the tournament, but he's up against a very hostile bowling attack and a very sharp fielding unit.
So they have 2 left armers. They have Tamil, the right arm seam bowler. We have seen Samar Gujar.
Oh, nicely driven, exquisite. That's a 4 that you'd want to see on loop, let me tell you that. The way he leaned into it, and what a start for Samarth Vyas. Everything good about that shot.
That's what is needed on a track like this. You need to let the ball come to you before you get into that kind of a position. So this is quick positioning, waited for the ball, and then he drove at it. Excellent technique and very good timing from Vyas. First delivery he faced, and he gets the boundary.
What a way to get off the mark. Nothing wrong about that delivery as well, Sabah. Just that the shot was executed. Oh, straight to the fielder, the slip slightly above him rather. Back-to-back fours, a little lucky on this occasion. Just checking his shot in the end. But Samat Vyas survives to tell a story.
There is a little bit pace and bounce on the surface. Vyas, he actually wanted to play the square cut, but it got big on him. So he wanted to guide that one. Fortunate that it eluded the fielder at first slip. And he gets another boundary. It came up to him while he was trying to play the shot. And eventually he was in no position to control that shot making of his. Fortunate to get that boundary.
Quite a dramatic over. 6 a wicket, back-to-back fours. Sheldon Jackson has seen it all from behind the wickets. Gives the charge. Oh, he's picked that. And he's drilled it over long on. That's gone the distance again. Samarth Vyas is teeing off in style. 4 overs completed. It's 38 for 2. You always sense a lot of discussion, but what a counter attack here by the Kutch Warriors. Despite losing 2 quick wickets, they've come back hard on the opposition. Gurjar continues, slashed hard, a little slip up in the infield. 2 for the taking at the moment, and all of a sudden you feel that the runs are coming thick and fast.
This is confidence for you. Vyas steps out in style. Oh, what a blow. Superb timing from him. With a flourish, he clears the fence at long on. Take that, the left arm seamer, Jadeja. 20 of the last over. They will take it, the Kutch Warriors. They don't have too many options here. They need to go big, they need to go hard, and that's what they've done so far. Although they have lost 2 wickets, but these 2 hold the key. Most experienced batters in the lineup.
Makes room for himself, tries to manufacture the shot. Lovely placement once again. Pierces the infield. They'll get 2 more. And all of a sudden, Harvik Desai as well is gaining confidence in company of Samarth Vyas.
Such an eventful over, this one from Gujjar. This is the way he got a wicket of they've done. Now look at the bowler. He's telling everybody, please don't come here at all. It's in safe hands. I have full confidence in Suresh. That's trust.
And in the end, as you pointed out, Sabah, very good catch. That was high. That was travelling, and sometimes it can get lost in the lights as well. Nicely held. Gujjar has begun well. He's keeping things quiet. But this combination of Vyas and Desai will hold the key as to how far they get in this total of theirs. The Kutch Warriors. Oh, straight to the fielder, soft dismissal, poor shot. Gujjar gets his 2nd wicket, and Harvik Desai can only stand and watch in disbelief. This is problems galore here for Kutch Warriors, and again, they've thrown away an opportunity.
It came slow off the surface, but you expect a batter like of his caliber, Harvik Desai, to manage this one. He punches it upish and straight to the fielder at cover. Oh, this is a soft dismissal from Harvik Desai. And another breakthrough here for the Royals. 3rd wicket goes down. It's Harvik Desai. He departs for 6. It's 42 for 3.
All of a sudden, Kutch Warriors once again find themselves in deep trouble. Well, we also know that they need to keep scoring runs, but at the moment they need to rebuild. Alok Ranjan makes his way to the middle. That's because wicket number 3 is back in the dugout. And Gajar has this habit of striking every now and then. Keeps it simple. This time very lucky to get away with a short and wideish delivery. Much better, trying to just glide it down to third man.
For me, he's the find of this tournament so far. Samar Gajar has impressed everybody here with his bowling, with his exploits on the field, plus decent prowess with the bat. Smart, young lad, has picked up wickets at important juncture for his side. An important over for the Royals. After 5 is 42 for 3.
Well, it's been a bit of a mixed bag for the Kutch Warriors. Reasonable start, 42 runs wise, but the problem is they've lost 3 top line resources, including 2 of their leading players and leading run scorers. 5 overs gone, lovely shots to the stadium. I'm delighted to be joined once again by, well, broadcasting royalty alongside me, Charu Sharma. Charu, your thoughts?
Well, thanks for the exaggeration, but I'll take it today. Thank you, Johnny. Yeah, we can't argue about the runs you were saying. I remember you mentioning, I think the average was around 35, 38 or so, late 30s in the power play. But they've lost a big opportunity by losing 3 top order wickets, because just the last match they were 90 odd for no loss. So this is not a good start at all for them.
Slow ball, slapped through the offside. Will it beat the man? It doesn't. Terrific bit of work on the edge of the circle.
Jay Gohil, fabulous, flung himself to his left, giving everything for his team. That wasn't easy, that was travelling and also bouncing, so he had to time the dive just right, and he did a great job. Back to the number of wickets lost, we've seen that they don't bat too deep, but what is Vyas eating? He is 15 from 4, just 1 single, 2 fours, a 6 as soon as he came in, but that was, remember, power play, which still is, so he's got 5 more balls to do some more damage, although it's Ranjan at the crease now.
Short and just punched into the back foot. They'll think about a quick single. They'll get through just. That would have been tight. That would have been really tight. And, well, they won't get any buzzers on that occasion, but that would have been very, very close indeed.
Rajdev picks up, takes the shy, waits a bit. He had the time. And, oh boy, Vyas was gone. He hesitated as a non-striker. He knew there was no run in there, but Ranjan had taken off. And Vyas responded. Must have had his heart in his mouth there, Johnny.
Short. Where's that gone? 1 bounce up to the man on the edge of the circle. Oh, can't quite clear his lines on that occasion. Lucky to get away with that.
A wicket so far. Now that was just getting sucked into the trap. Man had been taken from mid-off to long-off just right then. Then the big Skyer taken very well, I must admit. The ball was up there for a long time, swirling. Very well taken, comfortably taken by Tamil. And then loose dismissal. Good catch, by the way, diving to his right, but we didn't expect that from Desai.
Short, I think that bumps it on the helmet. And yes, it does. A little bit of a pause here. There is a protocol, of course. They'll check, go through a few checks here, but it did catch him flush on the lid.
Well, Sakaria keeping Vyas honest. Was he late on that shot? Just a little too quickly on him. Brilliant bouncer, we'll have to say. But did it take a bit of a top edge as well? I think he's certainly in trouble here, although he indicates with a thumbs up to the team that he's all right. But it was also on the side of the helmet, and that's very often, Johnny, just, I don't know if there's a weak part of the helmet or not, but that's not the strongest.
Yeah, the other problem, of course, is deflection on there as well. So the ball picks up a bit of pace off the bat as well. That was pretty nasty. Just looking at some Lovely shots up and over this stadium here. Yeah, funny enough, the Kutch Warriors have been the outstanding power play side in the tournament so far. Just having another look, of course, and just going through a couple of protocols. I'll have to change the helmet. That's another thing they will do. There's only been 6 50s in the power plays across the 2 seasons. The Kutch Warriors have 4 of them so far. Just looking at the standings, Zalawad Royals, well, they've got 2 wins from 3 up at the top there. Gohilwad Gladiators 2 from 2, having not won a bean in 2019. They're sat pretty in second place. Well, the Sorath Lions, well, their hopes are fading with just 2 points.
Well, as he recovers, hopefully soon. We don't need a concussion replacement here, but Rajkot has many delicacies, Johnny. And we spotted you last night here, having a great time. Hope you enjoyed it. Oh, I can see myself in the bag as well. So I had a good time, but did you enjoy the ice cream?
I have to say, I absolutely loved it. Having a little bit of the local delicacy. I went for coconut, of course, you know, when in Rome and all that, Charu.
Yeah, I agree. I OD'd myself, but Sabah, of course, was quite the star there. Ordered about 15 items and went through a bit each. That's the gola, whatever you call it in other terms, but sort of an icy mixture. Ah, look at the man here. That's the coconut. It looks very vanilla-like.
It was lovely, I have to say. You know, real delicacy. There's a couple of massive ones coming out as well, weren't there, as well? Some big portions out these parts.
Is it already showing? Oh, gotta be careful. But it was rather nice. And a tradition, Rajkot here, having ice cream all the time at night, late night. Sakaria.
Short again, inside edge, I think, onto the thigh pad. And yes, well, he's straight back on the, looking to haul him away again, having been bumped the ball before.
Well, that kept much lower than Vyas might have anticipated. Sakaria smiles, knowing he almost had his man. Yeah, just about. Is there a little bit of awkward bounce? Not so sure, because the previous ball, which hit him on the helmet, wasn't much shorter. Rose a lot more. Sakaria, last time around, 3 wickets for only 8 runs or so, had a magnificent spell. Today, no joy so far, none for 14. Last ball of his second over. Change in the field, fine leg comes in. So maybe this could be fuller. We'll see.
It is fuller, and it finds the gap as well, just in front of square. Nice way to finish the end of the power play. 47 for 3, 6 gone. Three occasions, it's actually 48 for 3. 44 plus 4 is 48, so I do apologise, everybody. But yeah, there's the card. And actually, the run tally's okay. It's resources lost is the problem.
Yeah, Pathak and Desai, particularly disappointing. They were the ones that took their team, the Warriors, to 90 and change the last time around. Great opening stand. Not to be today.
Just keeps a bit low. Gajah back into the attack. They'll get through for a quickly run brace. Gajah's been absolutely superb. 2 for 8 so far in 2.1 overs. He's bowled well through the course of the competition as well.
Well, not just with the ball, but you might remember he was a bit of a batting hero earlier on, taking their team to about 130 because of some late runs scored by the young left armour, which allowed them to win the match comfortably, their last match. I think 28 or so then.
Change of angle, just pushing out on the offside. Yes, he's got a couple of 2-wicket hauls. And going for around about 5 runs and over, so he's been very economical as well through the course of the competition.
Without question, quite brilliant. That drifts down leg. They'll pick up 1. But I do remember, if my memory serves me right, after all that ice cream, that Sheldon Jackson here in the first toss chat that we had with him, and I said, well, who are the youngsters we should watch out for? And I think I remember him saying Samar Gajjar, and hasn't he proved the skipper right. 2 for 9 and 2.5 overs. Some runs as well. Seems to be a very confident young man.
Yes, he's a good-looking cricketer. With both disciplines, always handy to have that in the 2020 format, especially when you're defending low totals as well. Tossed up again, another dot. Good pressure this outside of the power play.
Oh, brilliant. Twilight, of course, the floodlights are on in full power there here at the SCA Stadium. Seats about 29,000. Wonderful arena. Once again, down leg. They'll have to race. A direct throw. Was he in? No time to turn around for the ricochet, but that could be close. He didn't quite motor. Maybe he was blindsided there.
I think this might be tighter than some people think. No great histrionics out there. We'll get a little bit of a gander in a second. They're always tight. Nice clean pickup. The throw was tidy as well. Now he's home.
But you were right, and so was my instinct. Much closer than he would have liked, because he wasn't really watching the throw at all. And therefore, I'm glad he grounded his bat, a basic thing to do. But he could have been caught short because he wasn't paying attention.
Yes, indeed. Well, they'll take that. That would be really horrific at this stage to lose 4 inside the 7th over. Short and slapped off the back foot into the gap. And think about a couple. They'll come back for 2. This again might be quite tight. Good running. Really good running. Very neat work. End of the over. After 7, 54 for 3. A look at the card there. All very tight indeed.
Last ball, last over. They did go for the 2, but at the non-strikers end, it could have been very close and perhaps even out had the throw been direct. Smart work. And a sharper throw, he was gone.
Laying back to cut, and that's a good shot. Bit of width offered, and that runs down towards the boundary. Really nicely guided by Vyas. He goes up to 24 off 11.
Vyas is playing a good hand here. Makwana bowling his first over today. The offie did very well in earlier matches for his team, Zalawad Royals, but that was a little too wide and became easy to play that shot. Still very well guided by Vyas, who's striking at 218. Any team would be happy to have a strike rate near 200. Vyas is doing really well. He got 34 and 26 in the first match. The second one he didn't quite work out, 7 and 7. And here he is playing a valuable hand for now. Must not throw it away for the Kutch Warriors.
Another single. So that's run into the deep cover region. It'll just be the one on that occasion. Yeah.
You know, you wonder why people take 1s when there are 2s. I think on a similar ball they took 2, but much more careful now. Here's a look at that stadium bedecked with all these wonderful lights every day, by the way. It's not especially so now. There's no function or any particular festival on.
Oh, big shots on the onside. Has he got a good piece of that? He has. Sails over mid-wicket. Lovely bit of batting. Oh, he's going really nicely, Ranjan. He's in on the piece. First maximum for him.
Yeah, came out of nowhere. Ranjan was just sort of easing it through his early part of his innings and then down on one knee. That's the problem with an off-spinner. When somebody decides to take you on, chances are they'll count you over the boundary line. Smart shot, but only just over the boundary, mind you. There was no fielder there. No, well over the boundary. I'll take that back.
Yeah, change of angle now. Going with the spin on that occasion. A little bit of width offered and finds the gap down through third man. That'll be another boundary. Oh, a couple in a row. And oh dear, Makwana, well, he's going the distance here.
Again, not a very clever delivery. He did try and do something different coming around the wicket, but it was short. It was a half tracker. Plenty of time for Ranjan to line that up, see exactly where he wanted to cut it, and it was cut very sharp. So not a very good beginning by Makwana here. One of the earlier matches, I remember he was almost a star. The first one, I think, man of the match.
Just working around that front pad. Better delivery, but still a little bit of value here. Well, certainly a single taken. Already had 16 off the over thus far and 5 deliveries gone.
Agni Ayashi, the skipper, seems to be cool, enjoying the proceedings for now. Look at that, 16 so far. And the damage may not be over because on strike now is Vyas, who's striking at 208, 25 from 11. He could go for another big one, although, mind you, my instinct would say just push this around for a single. He's got enough this over.
Looks to cut again from the square. Now just be a single. Good over though. 17 coming from it. 70 for 3 after 8, the Kutch Warriors.
Spectacular, isn't it? All sorts of colors, mauve for one, if I know my colors right, a little bit of orange as well.
Gajar is continuing. Just trot through for a single, 17 off the previous over. Actually 72 for 3 off 8.1. It's a pretty decent return.
I think we've praised young Samar Gajar enough, but he has done everything just right. Great economy rate, wickets almost every time he comes on to bowl.
Oh, nice looking shot. He doesn't quite run it past third man. Gajar, just a change of length. Still tight to that off stump.
Well, when a left-arm orthodox is bowling and you have a short third, you're not likely to get past him.
Has he beaten the man? He hasn't. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant at backward point.
Well, that was a sharp cut. It wasn't just a dab. I was talking about the dab earlier on because the short third is there to cut that off. It was cut pretty sharply, and only some excellent work at backward point, I think, from Makwana, prevented 4.
The dots. Yeah, Gajar has been absolutely superb here. 2 for 14. Almost through his spell. 3.4 overs gone.
At 73 for 3 from just about 9. They've done very well, Kutch Warriors, despite losing those 3 wickets. So no desperation here. I don't think they should really do anything spectacularly different to push it around. Exactly like that. Take the single, keep moving it around. Both these guys are doing well. Vyas now striking at 175, Ranjan at 150. That's a very handsome strike rate.
He'll take that. 145 is the average first inning score across both seasons of this competition. Looking to cut again in front of square. There'll be a man who'll sweep up out there, but they'll get another single. Nice finish to the over. 9 gone. Kutch Warriors 75 for 3. Face scores 27 so far without loss, 7 to 15. And Butt is into the attack. He's had a very good tournament thus far, 2 for 22 in the last game. Path Butt bowled really well in the first game as well, 1 for 21. And his economy rate across all 3 matches so far is very tight, 6.1 across all the games in the competition. It's going at 6 as well in this competition as well, or this edition. Really nice stuff from the left armour.
They make a good left arm spin pair, Booth and Gajjar.
Oh, in the air, just about over third man. Run down for 4. Well, he's got a good piece of that in the end, actually. A bit of width to play with, and a very handy start.
The bowler might take a little bit of heart. It was a false shot. No question that he was not trying to play it that fine. Maybe smack it into the cover region, well ahead of square. Got a little lucky there. Ranjan, he'll take it.
He will indeed. The power. Enough power. Enough elevation. Advancing down the track. Square cuts. Will that go for 4? It won't. Really nicely done out there on the rope. And they'll get back for a couple.
Much better by Ranjan. That's exactly where he was trying to play the previous shot. This time he executed it much better. And that's how the game goes. He hit it much better, gets 2. Hit it badly, gets 4.
Warming up this contest, safe to say. Going after Butt. Drive down the ground. There'll be a man who'll run across and do the fielding. Another single added.
Again, clever play by Ranjan, because he knew that the first 2 deliveries were a little short, and that's why he was able to cut them. And he probably anticipated the fact that Booth will go a little fuller, and that's why he was ready to dance down the track, almost premeditated.
Slightly flighted delivery and just worked into the onside again. Good stuff from Butt. Change of angle, going round the wicket.
They are the cleverest of bowlers, left arm spinners. Landed on a coin almost 6 times out of 6. That's their level of accuracy. And of course, subtle variations always trouble right-handed batsmen.
Ranjan just working away, ends up back at the bowler. They'll be mindful of this left armer's record in this competition.
Yeah, got tricked that last ball. Tried to flick it to leg, but almost popped it back to the bowler.
Work it away in the onside. There'll be a single. They'll think about a couple. They'll think better of it in the end. And it's 84 for 3, and with 10 overs done.
Partnership between Samarth Vyas and Ranjan, 42 and 32, and the good part about this partnership has been the rate at which it's come, at a run rate of over 8, which means it's come at a fairly brisk rate, and that has been the kind of counter-attack both these batters have got in their repertoire, and they've also bailed their team out of trouble, so they will hold the key as we reach the halfway stage. Just the right time to introduce and welcome my co-commentator, former international cricketer Pragyan Ojha. Pragyan, good evening.
Good evening, Mikhail. I think this is a very important situation as far as Kutch Warriors are concerned, because this is where, if they don't build a partnership, they can land up in trouble. And mind you, this is a do or die game for them.
Absolutely, particularly keeping in mind the depth in their batting hasn't exuded much confidence. The Kutch Warriors will heavily rely on this pair in the middle. Tamil begins with a wide.
I think when they came into bat, I think they were very clear. They wanted to just go after the bowlers, but suddenly after losing 3 wickets, now they've settled down a bit and looking for those singles and doubles.
Oh, he goes big over the infield. Mid-off was up in the circle, but not have enough legs to go to the boundary. Sakaria with the fielding over there, and they'll fetch to... I've just liked the intent in the middle, and the best part is that it has been complemented with a fair bit of execution.
Very well done, Chetan Sakaria. You've been throwing yourself around in the field, bowling, doing everything possible. And saying that, as I told you, this has been the mantra for Kutch Warriors. They have been going after the bowlers. I think they are just trying to go bang bang. That is what the strategy looks like.
Much better comeback here by Tamil. Quite rightly so, they have to take their chances. 2 games, 2 losses. They lie in danger of losing out and crashing out of the tournament. This is a do or die for them.
Yes, they have to take the chances, but you have to play balanced cricket. That is also important. If you don't, then you may not have wickets.
He goes big, he gets a top edge on this one. It'll fall in no man's land. They'll take 2 more. That's been the story today for the Kutch Warriors. They've had their chances as well, and they've also taken their chances.
It looks good when you're going after the bowler. I think it was quite far away from Makwana. This is what both the batsmen and the entire Kutch Warrior batsmen have done. It looks like if they go with this run rate, 8.48, they will reach somewhere around 170. Maybe that is something what they're thinking about. This wicket is not that easy to bat on. Maybe that is one of the reasons why they're just trying to go after the bowlers when the ball is new.
Last evening, Pragyan, 110 is what the team batting first managed in their 20 overs. And at the moment, in 11 overs, already have 89. Zalawad Royals looking good, almost through. Kutch Warriors still need to register their first points, but watch out for Sorath Lions and Gohilwad Gladiators. Halar Heroes as well have 2 games, so everything to play for 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 5 tonight, of course.
That is the main reason why Kutch Warriors are very desperate, because their net run rate is also in minus.
Gets a top edge on this one, playing across the line. Third man's up in the circle, gives chase, but he puts it down. It was never going to be easy. The ball was just tailing away from him in the end.
Aditya made a good effort. Being a bowler, it is very difficult, especially when you're standing in short fine and short third. Those catches, those top edges, at times the ball drifts away from you, and that is what the ball did now. I think Aditya was expecting the ball to be closer to him, but slowly the ball drifted away from him, and at the end he could not manage to hold on to the ball.
Never easy taking these catches, running backwards, especially when they go very high in the air as well, because the ball tends to swerve. But Tamil has kept things tight,
and that is the reason why normally when you are standing at short third and short fine, you don't have to take a big start.
Nicely played, giving the charge on this occasion. Will settle for a single to retain strike. Samarth Vyas has looked good in his stay. 11 overs gone, it's 91 for 3. Eleven overs, 91 for 3. This has been a good comeback. We'll just take a look at his drop catch and half chance maybe. But he did well to get underneath that, but not entirely. In the end, just missing out. Aditya there. Slashes it hard. Sweeper cover. Well, this pitch has certainly asked a few questions and kept the batters guessing. Just the right time to go down to Medona, who will be in conversation with the pitch curator.
In conversation with Mahendra Rajdev, the pitch curator of the SCA Stadium at Rajkot, and his team, lovely team right here. Sir, पहले तो आप इस pitch को describe करें.
ये आज का pitch आप देख रहे हैं कि 11 ओवर में 90 रन हुआ. कल से ये विकेट आज बेटर है. हमने अच्छा प्रिपेयर किया. कल रुक के थोड़ा बोल रहा था. आज हमने बराबर पानी डाल के पूरा रोलिंग करके हार्ड बना दिया है. तो आज बैटिंग के लिए अच्छा है विकेट.
अच्छा, और देखा गया है कि स्पिनर्स के लिए ये बहुत ज़्यादा फ़ायदेमंद हो रहा है विकेट, स्पेशली लेफ्ट आर्म.
इतना हम विकेट पे थोड़ा ग्रास रखते हैं, तो ग्रास कर तो थोड़ा स्पिनर को बाइट मिलता है, तो स्पिन होने का चांस मिलता है. ऐसा नहीं कि लेफ्ट आर्म स्पिनर को भी चांस मिला है, एनी स्पिनर राइट आर्म लेग स्पिनर को भी मिलता है. पर मोस्टली यहाँ ज़्यादा लेफ्ट आर्म स्पिनर सक्सेसफुल ज़्यादा हुआ, इसीलिए आप बराबर क्वेश्चन कर रहे हैं, बराबर गेट दैट।
आई एम ग्लैड आप मुझसे सहमत हैं। वैसे हल्लार हीरोज का मैच छोड़ के बाकी सारे मैचेस में लो स्कोर्स रहे हैं, इसका क्या कारण आपके हिसाब से?
हाँ, एक तो विकेट में हमारा यहाँ क्या एसपीएल का मैच 11 मैचेस है, तो हमको विकेट पे ग्रास तो रखना ही चाहिए, अदरवाइज विकेट इतना टिकता नहीं है। तो बिकॉज ऑफ ग्रास और हमारा बाउंड्री इतना बड़ा है कि 74 के यार्ड का है, तो सबसे ज़्यादा बड़ा है, तो इसमें भी 15-20 रन कम हो जाता है। लेकिन यह विकेट पे यहाँ ये ग्राउंड पे 130-40 रन, तो दैट वेरी गुड रन।
ऑलराइट। और कितना वक्त लगता है एक विकेट तैयार करने में मैच के पहले?
जब भी हम विकेट कैसे कौन सा दिन का है, फर्स्ट डे के 3 डे का मैच है कि टेस्ट मैच का विकेट है, अलग अलग टाइम इसमें लेता है। पर देखो आप सोचो कि हम 1 डे का विकेट बन रहा है, तो बिफोर 4 days वी हैव टू स्टार्ट, और हमको ये करना पड़ता है। पहले तो पानी डालता है, पानी डालने में वो भी देखना पड़ता है कितना पानी डालना चाहिए, और ग्रास का कटिंग करता है, रोलिंग करता है, अच्छी सरफेस इवन करता है। तो ये गुड विकेट कैसे बनता है, तो गुड विकेट में अच्छा बॉल बाउंस होना चाहिए, बॉल गुड कैरी बराबर जाना चाहिए बॉल, तो और इजी टू मेक स्ट्रोक, तो स्ट्रोक नहीं बन सकता तो रन्स नहीं बनेगा। और विकेट में ऐसा है कि लोअर है ऊपर जाएगा, ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए।
ओके, थैंक यू सो मच। आफ्टर 12 ओवर्स इज 94 for 3। वैसे सारे टीम की तरफ से आप सभी को धन्यवाद। ओवर टू द कमेंटेटर्स।
Thank you, Madonna, and huge congratulations to the entire team, the ground staff, and Mahendra Rajdev as well for dishing out some fine wickets. And quite rightly as well, he stated the wicket playing much better and much true tonight, Pragyan.
Looks better, but still there is something for the spinners.
Drives it straight to the field that covers. They found the fielders on most occasions.
At times it's so tricky. Last over, Aditya dropped an important catch. Now he's given the ball. So you imagine what kind of pressure he must be having. He's dropped that catch, he's thinking about it, and now he has to deliver with the ball. That's how at times things can be.
Absolutely, Pragyan, but what a partnership this has turned out to be for Kutch Warriors. The middle order was questioned, they had some doubts over there, and Vyas and Ranjan doing a fine job. 50 up for them, 47 deliveries, taking the pace off the ball on this occasion. Shy at the stumps, a direct hit would have kept everyone interested in the fielding side, but that's been the coordination this evening for them.
Well, reaction showed that it looked close. The batsman did not drag the bat, he just put the bat. I think that is very basic. That is something you need to do when you're trying to take those quick singles. You need to drag your bat.
Yes, elementary stuff, as they say, the basics that you need to keep in mind. Don't plonk it, ground it as you get to the crease. Samarth Vyas and Ranjan have done well, and Ranjan would have been livid had he been out to that direct hit. Short and wide, cuts it. And take a look at that throw and how close that could have been, Pragyan.
Yeah, it could have been very close, and the most important part was the way batsman put his bat. It is very basic, as I say. You have to drag the bat. Had the batsman gotten out, things could have changed drastically.
They've done all the hard work. Let me tell you, Vyas and Ranjan, team was placed at a horrible position, 42 for 3, and they've bailed them out of trouble. A 50-run partnership. Jadeja has looked good meanwhile. On the full, straight to covers, missed out on a scoring opportunity there.
Maybe trying to hit too hard. At times you need to time the ball. As I told you, they have been looking to go hard at the bowlers. So when you get good deliveries or lose deliveries, rather than going too hard at them, try and time it. Sometimes that helps you reach the distance.
Very true. Oh, this is a lovely shot. Gave the charge straight over the bowler's head into the side screen area. And that's what Samarth Vyas has done time and again. Counter-attacked and backed his footwork and is hitting in the middle.
Yes, this is a Parimatch news. Cheerful moment indeed for the batting side. And what a shot. This is what I was talking about. The way he timed it. He didn't go hard. He just timed it. Went close to the ball and he made sure the ball hits the sweeter part of the bat.
Absolutely. Full extension of the arms, getting to the pitch of the ball. That's a shot of a man in sublime form. Samarth Vyas, 39 and 28. Using the pace in this occasion. Third man up in the circle. Very lucky there. Jadeja. He retains strike with that single, moves into the 40s. 13 gone. It's 1-0-3 for 3.
Samarth Vyas and Alok Ranjan have been brilliant so far. This partnership has been the backbone till now, and I'm very sure Captain Agni must be thinking that this is where they need to capitalize more, because last time none of the other batsmen did quite well after the openers giving them a brilliant start.
Absolutely, Pragyan. What a time in the game for them. 61 and 53 they've added for the 4th wicket. And time has come to maybe shift gears. Parth Butt to continue. Very nicely bowled. Just preempted the batter. Coming down the track, just hurried him.
And you can do this only when you're watching the batsman closely. Just taking a slight pause before delivering. That's when you read the batsman if he's stepping out or not. Oh, this was a bad delivery. After a very good delivery, you can't just drift down the legs. This only happens when you anticipate. You should not be anticipating.
Leg bye signal there by Jadeja. Sheldon Jackson has captained very well. But what I've really liked about the Kutch Warriors today is they've come out with intent. And they've got the scoring opportunities. 4 sixes for them so far in this innings of theirs and 9 fours. Shows that they're enjoying themselves in the middle despite an early hiccup.
Somewhere I feel Parth should be talking to someone like too many short deliveries or bowling too up. The best thing you can do is you can talk to someone like Samar, who has bowled really well on this track, and discuss what are the lengths that you need to bowl, because both are similar kind of bowler. And see what has happened right now. One extra fielder has come to the point and he's got one short third, one backward point and then point. So this only happens when the captain thinks that bowler is bowling short.
Fielder position there, but he's not able to stop it, and this means that they'll fetch 2 more runs. Now all the hard work to position an extra fielder over there goes in vain. That's because 2 runs have been conceded in that very area, and Jackson too is not impressed with that fielding effort. Tamil over there, Suresh Tamil, backward point.
As I have been telling you, you can't bowl short. Yes, the fielder misfielded, I can understand that, but as a bowler, you have to bowl up. Wicket is helping you. There's something for you. You need to bowl up and make sure the batsman is playing in the V, or maybe playing straight.
Goes big, goes high, but don't think he's middled it. Fielder coming underneath and taken as well. That's a very good catch by Chetan Sakaria, and Parth Butt gets his man. Once again, didn't quite get underneath, and the distance was never there on this one. And this means that Ranjan will have to depart.
That's a Parimatch news. Cheerful moment indeed for the bowling unit. And as I was telling you, bowl up. This is what has happened. If you bowl up, you tease the batsman. That's when you get the best out of the batsman and best of him. And breaking the partnership path here, and loved his celebration. Alok walking back for 36, 108 for 4.
A 66-run partnership between Vyas and Ranjan was just broken with a very fine catch taken in the deep by Sakari, and this means that we have Amit Ranjan now making his way to the middle. This is a very crucial phase in the game.
This is the first match for Amit, and the wicket that we're talking about. Bowl up! The wicket is helping the spinners. The ball is holding up a bit after it is pitched on the wicket. And first 3 or 4 deliveries, they were all short. He gave away run. But now when he bowled up, he got his wicket.
Invite the batter into the shot, draw him forward, as every spinner will be told by his coach. And that's a very good wicket by Parth. But Makwana introduced into the attack.
And captain is getting ready. Must be under tremendous pressure. It's a do or die game for him. If they lose this game, they're out of the tournament. Saying that, I believe Makwana should try the angles. Maybe coming round the wicket. Because for spinners, at times it is very important to try angles.
Absolutely, Pragya. Just a reminder to all of fans as well, they can become the 12th Khiladi in this game. Well, it is sports coverage doesn't get any better with 12th Khiladi, where you can find fantasy tips, match predictions, in-depth statistical analysis, live updates and fan opinions. So all you need to do is log on to www.12thkhiladi.com for the best sports coverage, and yes, create your teams. Down the ground, good fielding effort there of his own bowling. Amit Ranjan off the mark, but here this is where Vyas's role becomes even more important, Pragyan.
It becomes very important, and as I say, now he'll be... What's that? Oh, that was a very good try by Makwana, but as an experienced bowler, I would want to see him bowl. Oh, as I said, bowl short deliveries, you'll be punished, and that's a beautiful boundary for Vyas, and he's been batting brilliantly here. 46 not out so far. As a bowler, you have to understand that you cannot bowl these kind of deliveries to a batsman who's set.
Absolutely, short and wide, very ordinary delivery, not to a batter who's looking so good. That's very, very easy pickings for Samat Vyas. All he had to tell Makwana was thank you very much, go fetch it, 4 more to his kitty. Much better this time, though the line has been a little bit of a problem, and that's been trickled down towards fine leg region. That'll be another 4. Just felt that he may have got the length right, but the line was where he got it wrong. Back-to-back 4s, and in the process, Vyas also gets to his 50. What a performance it's been.
It's a brilliant, brilliant batting here. Not a good wicket, not an easy wicket rather, to bat on, but Samat played really well, composed, and made sure on a good day, he converts those 20s, 30s to a 50.
Getting in at a strike rate of close to 140. This time just overcompensating on the previous delivery, straying down the leg side, and all he had to do was get a little bit of a tickle on that. And there you look at it, celebration for the man who's held this innings together and has been the architect as well. Gives the charge, takes it on the full, down the ground for a single to keep strike. Beg your pardon, another delivery to go after this, but he's done exceptionally well.
Batted really well, and very mature innings. He got those boundaries and 6s, but after that he's taken those singles and doubles. So it is very important as a batsman, you look for those singles and doubles, and they have taken a brilliant single here. End of the over, 120 for 4.
Ranjan is no longer there. Well, one Ranjan. Are there two A Ranjans? What's going on here? We'll get you some more detail on the names. And then, of course, not much to follow, although I suspect their skipper, Agni Ayachi, can hit the ball a long way. He's a big boy and should be pretty happy with what his team's done so far. Booth, 1 for 15. Final over. These lefty spinners have been very good for the Zalawad Royals. Charlie Sharma got the company of my good friend Sabah Kareem here with me. Sabah, not bad at all. 121 for 4, 5 overs to go. They can potentially be dreaming of 175 if they can hit a few long ones, make the death overs count.
And for that to happen, Samat Vyas has to bat really deep here. Such a refreshing approach from the Kutch Warriors. It's coming like a whiff of fresh air. And that's what you need on a track like this. They got the opportunity to bat first, and they really capitalized on the surface that we have seen so far. The track, it hasn't shown that kind of variable bounce so far. The wicket has played quite well, and they've made full use of that. Down the leg side, wrong line, will get some more runs. Is it a bye or is it off the pads? A wide given. Concede more runs here, the Royals.
Rare loose delivery by Booth. Well, let's take a look at a fine 50 by Vyas. Came in, struck a few big ones straight away. And that cover drive was so pleasing. Then got a little lucky overslip. Stepped out for the big one. Started out very aggressively. And back of the hand. Slower one by Sakaria put away. Also a few clever shots. But this one the finest. A huge 6 straight in the... Nice flick as well. Straight behind the ball of the previous shot. And look at that celebration. Like a true Kutch warrior.
Yeah, that's rightly put. Battle like a true warrior, isn't it? Good delivery from Booth here. He saw him stepping out, he dropped it short, and crammed the batter there. He has batted in a very intelligent manner. Samat Vyas has used the pace of the surface. Wanted to go big. Lost his shape in the process, but still managed to get a double here. That's something to remember. Not to lose your shape when you're trying to play a big shot. And this time around, he did lose his shape.
Pretty easy double. Well, when they can't hit the big shots, they're certainly taking the singles. This has been a wonderful innings. Let's just remind you about the two Ranjan mystery here. In case you didn't know, you're watching, of course, the Parimatch News SPL Season 2. And here we are. So this is Amit Ranjan, who's there now, the younger brother, who's doing rather well, 36 from 27. And Alok Ranjan, the older brother, still to come. That's why we have two A Ranjans. Let me correct that. A Ranjan gone, 36 from 27. And now the older Ranjan. Well, one Ranjan is in. One's out. Younger's in. Okay, clarification from the table next door. Thank you. Take the single. One of the most difficult things to do. I think we'll get back to that as the over's up. 16 up, 131 for 4. Lords-like media box to the north of the stadium. Saurashtra Cricket Association Stadium can seat about 29,000. Very well constructed. A few big matches held here over the years. I think the last 12, 13 years since the stadium has been completed. And of course, a wonderful venue for our Parimatch SPL Season 2. Lots of lights outside the stadium as well, not just inside. As Saurashtra continues, very disappointing today considering his performance the last time around. He was among the wickets, 3 quick wickets to begin with. Today, no reward. He's been a little off as experiment with his length every once in a while. Struck the helmet of one of the players. And luckily no damage there. And Saurashtra must be desperate to be among the wickets today, Sabha, because he is their lead bowler.
Indifference performance so far from some of the lead bowlers on the Royals. Saurashtra plus Makwana not been up to the mark, but he can still make amends. Still has 2 overs to go.
Not if he gives it so much width outside off. That was a poor start to his 3rd over. Luckily for him to take only 1. I think Vyas trusts young Alok Ranjan as well, because he might have actually pushed for the 2nd there. On the other hand, he may be a shade tired, so we'll go with that decision.
This is a remarkable improvement in their batting in today's game from the Kutch Warriors. Right from the first ball that they faced, the intention was clear. Pathak initially came and batted very well. They lost those 2-3 wickets, but then this important partnership between Alok Ranjan and Vyas.
An extra run, extra ball for Saurashtra. What's the plan here? He's coming round the wicket. He's keeping it well wide. He has a short 3rd, and he's got 2 fielders riding the boundary. Backward point, 1 cover point. Is he inviting the cut? If he is, what for? Because it's just not particularly intelligent. I think he needs to be much closer to the off stump.
What can the batter do? Can he get inside the line and try and play on the onside? Doesn't do that. He gets the gap. He'll get some runs here, but only a single. I love this. How do you say that? A cat and mouse game, isn't it? Or something like that? A cat and mouse game.
Yeah, between the bowler and the bat, each trying to outguess the other. For the moment, I think the batsmen are winning. And Saurashtra will have to do something very special. There it is. Well outside off again. The 2nd was almost there. But I don't mind that Vyas takes more of the strike here. Tricked by the speed there, although it was there for the big cut.
But this is something to be avoided from Vyas here, because he's the main batter. He has done so well. He still has 3 overs to go after this. So enough balls left to play the big shots. He should also understand his team's strength. They don't have too many batters coming through after this.
Yeah, you make a good point. I think if this pair doesn't carry on, they might crumble. We don't know though. Talk about cat and mouse. Oh! Square leg. Should have taken it. I think he was a little surprised. It went very quickly to him though, next to the leg umpire. And Vyas helped himself to another boundary, reaching 60 now.
He wants to continue in the same vein here, Vyas. Gets outside the off stump and then clobbers it, fetches it from outside the off stump, and a misfield there at short leg. Beg your pardon, at square leg position near the leg umpire.
Was an awkward bounce there. Aditya did get, or try and get behind the ball, but he's lucky it didn't cause any damage. Up, and is that long enough? It now just about is. Oh, what happened there? I think he might have touched the boundary line. Wonderful attempt. I think he was only touching the boundary when he caught the ball. Now, we can be really harsh here and say he might have leapt, caught the ball, sent it back in like all the athletic outfielders do these days. Saurashtra might have hoped for a wicket here.
Back of the hand, slower one. He sits back into the popping crease and utilizes the depth of the crease and then clobbers this one. And oh, while trying to take that catch, he hits the skirting, loses his balance, and concedes the maximum here.
Well, Saurashtra could have had a wicket there. They race for the 2. This is getting a little loose. The Zalawad Royals 146 for 4. Well, in the middle of all of this, Tamil, who began the bowling for Zalawad Royals, has done rather well. 2 overs, only 11 runs so far. Let's just take a look at what happened last over. Soon, because Sakaria is sitting on none for 33 from 3, and he could easily have had a wicket or two. We'll get back to that. It would have required an incredibly athletic piece of fielding to have taken that catch at long on. We'll get back to that. So Tamil, who moves the ball in when the ball is new quite significantly. Well, quick racing their singles. Very impressed with their running today. Let's go back to the last over. Sabha, could have been different, the story.
Oh, this is a big shot from Vyas. There's a fielder station there at long on. Went for the catch, almost took it, but while doing so, hits the skirtings, loses his balance. And maybe a better throw from the infield fielder could have made life difficult for Vyas. But I'm quite impressed with the young Ranjan here. He's giving most of the strike to Vyas. A single here, a single there.
Ooh, did it catch the outside of the bat? It certainly did strike something. Maybe the pad, or it would have gone quicker to the keeper. Well bowled as Vyas, a little tired, tries to give him the charge. What happened there? Maybe just a slower one. Well done, well bowled by Tamil. Vyas is looking a little tired for me. Sabha needs to be a little careful. Keep your head on the ground, not head in the air. Done a fantastic job. 68 from 47, easily his best innings, but with almost 3 overs to go, he could make a big difference, make a big impact, continue to in this match. Goes big by flicking it over, nobody there. Will it go for 6? No, 1 bounce 4. Quite a shot there, that pickup.
Wrong line from Suresh Tamil. As the bowler brings the ball in with the new ball, here also he tries the same, but the direction was completely wrong here. Onto the pads, and Vyas is in such a good nick. He just flicks it over fine leg for a boundary. There's no fielder position there. He had a fielder at backward square leg, and then there are 2 at one at deep mid wicket and 1 at long on. And that boundary gets Kutch Warriors to 1-5, 1 for 4 now.
Up in the air, very tired shot. Who's going to get underneath? Will he take it? Oh no, that's the way it's gone for the Zalawad Royals today. Kamlesh went right underneath. I wonder if Longoff could have made it, because that would have been a safer catch. But the man from cover came racing into his right, almost over is that difficult one.
A slow delivery. Vyas going for the big shot, did not connect it well. It had the height, and it was Makwana who went for the catch. Was never in control, and I agree with you, Charu. It is for the long off fielder to have taken that one. He would have raced forward and could have taken it quite comfortably. This was a difficult one for Makwana.
Goes high again, saying you didn't take the last one, take this. Even this is not likely to be taken. Oh boy, we'll have to excuse the the bowler there. Aren't they delighted? The Kutch Warriors fell in a safe area, nobody near it. There was a deep mid wicket, a long on, they had no chance. The keeper, the bowler also, just a couple of steps too far for him. But what a passage of play.
But full marks to the bowler, Suresh Tamil. He went full on to take that one. Tried his best, dived in the end, but the ball was in any case going away from him.
Yeah, well, the bowler couldn't blame anyone on that occasion. And once again, the big hit. This one, fabulous, along the ground, right behind the bowler. And Vyas has lived those lives well. 18 gone, 2 overs to go, 159 for 4. They're heading for a big one, the Warriors.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's a 15-run partnership between the 2 batters. End of the 18th over, the Kutch Warriors 159 for 4.
The SCA Stadium bedecked for the SPL Season 2. As We look for some more fireworks inside the field, under the floodlights. A couple of opportunities created by Tamil the last over, as Vyas was quite content to hit the ball up in the air. One drop by Makwana. It was a difficult chance racing along the other. Of course, the bowler couldn't quite get to it. So Vyas continuing to live a little dangerously, but wasn't it a fabulous drive straight behind the bowler, the last ball of the last over. As Sakaria comes in for his last over today, looking for wickets once again. None for 33 in 3. Oh, again that outside off line. What's going on here? Is that a call by the skipper and keeper to keep it that far outside off? Doesn't seem to be offering any dividend if you're so far away. And of course, this one's wide.
And this is not his expertise at all. He's more known for his slower deliveries and those Yorker deliveries. This is the effort from Makwana. He did his bet. He had to run right to take that one. And this is the bowler. Good effort by both of them. He goes big again. It is Vyas. There is a fielder there. Can't get it. A boundary. But this is Alok Ranjan who gets into the act.
Now, Ranjan's also flashing his blade, and Sakaria's allowing them that luxury by bowling so far outside off. What is the game plan? They've got a short third, so you can't. The edges can't keep going to short third. That's 1 in 30, really. Ranjan helps himself to a boundary. Sakaria following some sort of a mysterious game plan that I can't understand, and certainly not endorsed. Only single, would you believe it? After all that's happened in the last 5 minutes or so. A lot of excitement here. And in the middle of all of that, Vyas now on strike, batting at 80, has a chance to get to the highest score of the tournament. 84 so far. He's on 80 from 51, striking at 156. Fabulous knock, even though the last over he was quite intent on throwing his wicket away. Didn't happen. He's still there. What's going on here? I can't understand. He's actually escaped a wide, which is a little fortunate.
The wrong line completely. He's got a fielder at short fine, a fielder at short third man. This should have been given a wide. Really far outside the off stump, and you can see the marker there, the blue line.
Oh, maybe touched the bat a bit. He did deviate, which is why perhaps no wide. Of course, it bounced right after the bat, so no catch. Sheldon Jackson's got a double teapot. Oh, tried to be too clever. No, don't take the run. Here's the throw. Sakaria can't collect it. And no run out either. Now they take the single. I hate to use the cliche, but it's all happening here.
Another excellent display. There's so much of drama happening here. He tried to play the paddle shot or the scoop shot, did not connect. And look at Sakaria, he could not collect that ball properly. And eventually, they didn't manage to scamper through.
Well, he gives his skipper a look, saying, hey, couldn't you have thrown it better? Again, well outside off. This will only be a single, but I just cannot understand that line. I mean, you could call it restrictive, potentially, but he should be looking for wickets. He has the caliber.
Normally, he bowls over the stumps to the right-hand batter, tries to bowl those slower deliveries and pitches it up into the block hole. But here he's gone round the stumps and trying to angle it in with a very strange kind of a field setting.
80 from 53. That could also be just one. So he's on 81 as Sakaria ends his spell. None for 41 today. Would you believe it? A bowler of that caliber. 1 over to go. Kutch Warriors 168 for 4. The older Ranjan gone for 36. Younger brother 12 from 9, but doing the right thing, giving the strike to Vyas, who's on 81 from 54. Theoretically has a chance to get to 100, but every time we say that, we hex it. Somebody gets out. We'll see. he's striking right now as Tamil begins his final over. None for 24 so far. Plenty of action in the last 15 minutes. Swings it big, and they might get two here. Smart bit of fielding. Vyas is still fit enough to run the two easily. This is potentially a good finish for the Kutch Warriors, who have already done very well, Sabah.
This has upset all the predictions of the number of runs that could have been scored on this track. But this is a dangerous line to bowl because he has a fielder at backward square leg. There's one in the cow's corner and one in short fine. If you middle it well, there are enough open spaces to get you the big runs.
Vyas is playing with the minds of the bowler. Every once in a while backing off and then moving in again. Goes big, and I think he's connected it very handsomely. That's going to be a fabulous six. Moves closer to a potential 100 here. The team is delighted. 176, 4 balls to go. This is looking like a winning total.
Into the slot, in his territory, and he goes big. Samat Vyas, he clobbers this one with so much of power. A wonderful bat swing, finishes it in style here. Look at the flourish of the bat. Oh, gets the maximum. Can he get to his 100?
So he's already, of course, the highest scorer this season. 84, Tarang Goyal got a little while back. And Rajdeep Darbar, the high score of the league all time at 94, is also within sight, just 5 runs away. A very tired swing, head up in the air. I think once again got the bottom of the bat. So 3 balls to go. Plenty of records to be achieved for Vyas.
Good comeback from S. Tamil. Bowled the slower delivery, that kind of leg spinner. It is the rhythm wasn't there for Vyas. That's why he managed to bowl that dot delivery.
Tries to go big again. Just skews it to mid-wicket. Oh, what's going on here? So who's out? Well, there's all sorts of chaos here because the game plan wasn't shared between the two batsmen. And Sabah, I'll let you solve this mystery.
Well, he was right in his thinking here, Vyas, because he wanted to go for the second run, go for the double, and Alok Ranjan, he got stuck at the crease. He didn't realize that Vyas is running towards his end, the striker's end. And eventually, it is Alok Ranjan who'll have to head back to the pavilion. There you see, he runs hard the first one. Now Alok Ranjan is not looking at his partner at all. He's looking at the ball. What are you doing, young man? Run, run, run.
Well, this is not good cricket by the young Ranjan. Should have known the game plan. He's pretty distraught as he goes over the boundary line, but really his fault. Vyas is batting on 89 now, perhaps 91, isn't it? 2 more runs for Vyas. No, 90, I think completed only 1. And he really should have taken the second. Anyway, the skipper comes in. Agni Ayachi. Nothing has gone too well for the skipper so far. I don't think he'll be able to swing the bat big unless this is a single. 2 balls to go, final over. 177 the score. Swings big again, and again he's gone for a big 6 over long on. The fielder could only watch it sail over his head. That's magnificent. 96, the highest score ever in the Saurashtra Premier League, the Parimatch New Saurashtra Premier League. This is season 2. We haven't had too many seasons. Still, 96 of the finest.
This is the 20th over, but this man has got enough strength, enough energy to hit that one over long on for a superb 6. What a knock this man has played today. Samat Vyas. Oh, highest score of the tournament so far.
A 4 or a 6 and you get to the 100. Well, I'm not so sure that he's bothered about that, but he does know that he wants to swing big. And all the pressure on Suresh Tamil now. None for 33. Swings it big again. I think he's got hold of it. And yes! Fabulous! 100. The first ever in the Parimatch News. SPL Season 2. Well done. That's a true Kutch warrior. Yeah. Remember the name. Samarth Vyas. Fabulous, Sabah. What a finish. And this is only the first innings.
It's the Royals who remember this name. Samarth Vyas, what a knock and what a way to get to his 100. Last ball of the stipulated 20th over against Tamil. Already conceded 15. And then it is Vyas who goes big once again. The sixth ball of this over. No, he had bowled a wide, so this was actually the seventh ball of the over. But what a knock and what a hit of the last delivery. He steps out and then he hits that one straight towards the side screen off a slower delivery. He sits deep into the crease. That's how he got the momentum. Oh, brilliant shot from him. And he celebrates in style, and why not? Yes, you should do that, young man. Everyone will remember your name, especially all those who have witnessed this innings.
Tough customer, but now, of course, all the angst is over. Big hugs for the smiling Samarth Vyas. 100 runs. 102, matter of fact, from 60 deliveries, striking at 170. An outstanding knock. Some tremendous blows, 6 sixes and 9 fours in his 102. And his team can well celebrate, but not before their time. They will still have to defend this very high total. Most runs, Samarth Vyas at 143. Tarang Goel not too far behind. Pathak couldn't quite work today at 107. And the same team, Sheldon Jackson, also, well, the team playing against him today at 100. And Jackson will have a lot of work to do when they come out trying to chase 190 for a win. But, lots of excitement. This is what the Parimatch News SPL Season 2 was waiting for, this kind of a batting performance. We've seen 197 earlier, but this was magnificent, Sabha.
Sheldon Jackson may well be ruining his decision to field first, but look at this performance from the Kutch Warriors. They got off to a brisk start from Pathak, but then it is Vyas who held forth, controlled the innings completely, scored that brilliant century. Good support he received from the two Ranjan brothers, 36 from Amit Ranjan and 12 from Amit Ranjan. So in 20, it is the Kutch Warriors who put 189 for 5, and we'll go down to Madonna, who's there with a special guest.
Well, after the first innings, it is the Kutch Warriors who've scored a whopping 189 runs. But right now in conversation with Samar Gajjar. Samar, फिर से एक बहुत ही बढ़िया परफॉर्मेंस, आप क्या कहना चाहेंगे?
थैंक यू सो मच. बस मैंने अपने आप को बैक किया और बस अच्छा टीम के लिए अच्छा बॉलिंग करनी थी और वो अच्छी की मैंने.
आज बहुत बड़ा चेस करना पड़ेगा. Are you all ready for this?
Yes, we are ready. And हमारी टीम में अच्छे बैटिंग लाइनअप है, तो हम चेस करने के लिए रेडी है.
I like the confidence level coming from Samar. So over to the commentators.
Thank you.
Well, Samar did bowl reasonably well amidst the carnage. That is the usual couple of wickets. But to chase 190 for a win, boy, that's going to take some chasing. Tamil didn't work out today. Expensive final over. Sakaria, strange outside the off-stump line. But Samar Gajjar, truly in the midst of all of that. 2 for 16 from his 4, outstanding. Jadeja, not too bad, but he bowled only 2 overs. And Booth, too, not bad, 1 for 26. Makwana got taken for plenty, 29 from his 2 overs. So very expensive, most of the Zalawad Royal bowlers. And amidst all of that, Samar Gajjar, the youngster, doing extremely well. When the Zalawad Royals come out again, the skipper said that we are going to chase. Well, you have to chase 190 now in your 20 overs. Sheldon, not going to be easy. Well, we'll come back to that in a moment.
Well, welcome back to the Parimatch News SPL. It's match number 6, and we're just watching the highlights. What extraordinary highlights of the fantastic effort by the Kutch Warriors, who batted brilliantly. They lost 3 wickets in the power play, and at that stage, they're in all sorts of bother. But this incredible innings that we'll see build through the course of this highlight package. But yeah, 3 wickets in the power play. But this extraordinary innings that we see, just beautifully played indeed by Saurashtra Vyas, who is the star of the show. Alongside me, who's been witnessing a great deal of this. Delighted to be joined by former Indian wicketkeeper Sabir Karim. What an extraordinary innings that was.
Yes, Johnny, and except for losing the toss, the Kutch Warriors have done everything correct so far. And it's all because of the splendid knock played by Zalamad Vyas. Although they lost some wickets early in the power play, but he held the entire innings together and was able to play those big shots quite easily. He had the strength and the courage and the intensity to play the big shots. And there you see him cutting quite fiercely, then he goes outside off stump, fetches it from there. In the death overs, he was very severe against the main bowlers of the Royals, including Chetan Sakaria. And there you see him go big again, straight driven for a boundary. So whenever he was under some kind of pressure, he always came back with some big shots here. So powerful hitting from Zalamad Vyas. Brilliant knock from him, and what a 100, and what a way to get to 100.
Yeah, stunning. He had a lot to do in that final over. Needed to hit 3 sixes, and he did. And what a way to go. The highest score ever in the SPL across 2 seasons. The only 100 we've had as well. And it really was an innings of breathtaking brilliance. And there's the view as the Kutch Warrior card. Well, look at that. Nothing much to speak of in the first 3. Not out, 102 off 59. Ranjan did well as well, 36 off 27. He was striking nicely through the course of it. But it all really depended on the bat of Saurashtra Vyas, not out, 102 off 59. Zalawad Royals, well, look away now, to be honest. Lots of trouble as far as that economy rates. 4 economy rates over 10 and 2 over 14. Some horrible stuff from Jadeja and Makwana.
They went for runs, especially the big names there. Sakaria, Makwana, Booth was quite economical. Samar Guja did very well. But the sheer brilliance of Zalamad Vyas today, it overshadowed the bowling exploits of the Royals today.
What I can tell you is the Zalawad Royals are going to have to, well, they're going to have to break a tournament record. The highest chase thus far in the tournament across 2 seasons is 162. That was the Sorath Lions against the Halar Heroes in Edition 1. They're going to have to better that. And just another stat as well, there's only ever been 2 chases of 150 and above in the 2 seasons. So they are hard to come by, these chases, in this competition.
And they have a decent bowling lineup here, the Kutch Warriors. They fought hard in the last game, they lost. They had a small score to defend, but still they really bowled well. Kutaria and Kotak will open the innings for the Royals. And they need a quick start in the power play, make full use of the new ball, get to about 45-50. That would set the pattern for this enormous run chase.
Yes, it's going to have to be a heck of a start, you feel. Kushang Patel, economy rate of 5.5. That would be handy today. Best of 3 for 18. He's been absolutely superb in this season. 190 of 120 balls is the equation. Not straightforward. It would be the highest chase ever. And the Zalawad Royals, well, their campaign hangs by a thread. And realistically, they're going to have to get home tonight to stand any chance of getting into that final.
And if they win this game here, the Kutch Warriors, it'll make the tournament very interesting. Then they would need one more win with a healthy net run rate to fight for a place in the finals.
And we're up and running. Little nudge on the leg side, and there'll be a single to start. Didn't know a great deal about that, Katharia.
Kotak and Kataria. The Royals need a good start from these 2 openers. For the Kutch Warriors, Pathak started them on that tone and the rest of the batters continued in that manner. More so because Samad Vyas exhibited amazing power display and incredible power hitting from him.
Clipped away, that's nicely played. And down towards the man down at fine leg. They'll get back for a scamper too. This might be tight. No, they get home. Brilliant running. Two young fit men. They had to be on that occasion.
That's what they need here. And the Royals flicks it quite well, runs the first one hard. There is an opportunity, he calls for the second run and then completes it quite easily. Drags his bat inside the popping crease. So well done, young man.
Yeah, superb work, you have to say, from these two. Another thing about this Kutch Royals innings, in the first innings, is that no side has ever won a game in this competition having lost 3 wickets in the power play. Often you find that the middle orders tend to be a little brittle in this competition, and that's another stat that might be overturned this evening. Just nurdling that down through third man, length outside the off stump. Another single.
They've got 5 fielders inside the circle, 1 catcher at slip. They have a deep third man, and then they have a fielder at backward square leg, a short fine. So where are the areas you can target? You can go inside out on the offside, and then there's this huge area towards the cow corner or mid wicket where you can try and get inside the line, go outside the off stump and try and fetch it on the onside.
Down the leg side, it'll just be nudged just outside that inner ring. They'll think about a couple. Good running again, really good running. Placement's really impressive as well. And these are handy. Busy cricket, you have to say, by the Zalawad Royals.
At times, the batters tend to make the big mistake of trying to go big very early on the innings. But you need some time. And this is one way of taking that time and keep the scoreboard ticking. And that's what they've done so far. Some brisk running between the stumps. This should help both the players.
Katharia looking to drive outside that off stump. A swing and a miss.
It'll still be a challenging chase here for the Royals. Good delivery from him, good shape. This outside off stump. Tries to play the cover drive. Didn't get close to the delivery to execute that shot properly. And that's why he misses it.
Yeah, it's in the slot. You won't mind that if you're Katharia. Half volley outside the off stump. Granted, it's swinging. You've got to really put these away if you've got any chance. Advances down the track. Little swing down the leg side and a wide given. 7 with a ball to go. It's a handy start. That run rate is just a fraction under 10. That's the thing to keep an eye on.
Down the leg side, although the batter had moved towards the off stump, had shuffled a little bit. Good decision in the end by the umpire. The bowler is not too happy, but that always happens.
Bowlers are never ever happy, Salbert. Not in my experience. There's a drive. Oh, it just finds the man. Oh, it's a catch. And what a catch. It's just a fraction off the turf, and that's a brilliant catch diving away to his right-hand side.
An uppish drive from Kutch went straight to the fielder, station at extra cover. But has he taken that cleanly? The umpires are waiting, or have they given the decision? I think they have given the decision. They are convinced that that was a catch taken cleanly by the fielder. And this is what happened. Ball to be driven, but was not in control when he played that shot. Kutch in the air, and the fielder comes forward and takes a brilliant catch. Oh, that's a smart fielding effort from the fielder.
It really is. It's a terrific grab because he's had to dive forward, which is the hardest thing to do in cricket. And well, Katharia goes caught by Viranjani off the bowling of Kushang, and it's 7 for 1, the Zalawad Royals. Well, cometh the hour, cometh the man. The highest score in the competition across 2 seasons, Sheldon Jackson, 316. He is going to have to do a job and a half here. He's already got a half century this season. He's got a couple in the previous edition as well. And Bandit Jivrajani, 4 wickets at a strike rate of 24.25. A best of 1 for 15 is the man into the attack.
They've picked up the first wicket. They've made the initial breakthrough from the other end. It's the right arm off spinner. Bowls a full toss, the first one. What's happening here, Johnny? And gets a boundary. Oh, God. Oh, dear, oh, dear.
Well, he won't mind that. Both umpires are having a look, or both batsmen are having a look and hoping for a no ball. I'm not sure they're going to get that one, but that is the friendliest delivery I've ever seen in world cricket. Long, full toss. And it's dispatched. I mean, even I put it out away, Sabah. I'm way past my pomp. And that has been dispatched, understandably. And they're looking for a no ball. They're not getting it. Short, and that's cut away. Probably missed out on that occasion as well as Kotak.
Already got a gift. The first ball of the over. Even the second delivery was a gift. A half tracker. Kotak misses out on that occasion.
Looking to cut. It doesn't quite get the distance back through third man.
It was in the slot. Outside the off stump. He drives powerfully. Wasn't able to keep it down. It wasn't along the ground. He had to come forward to take that catch. Extremely agile and extremely watchful. And the fielder takes that catch.
And a swing and a miss on the cut outside the off stump. It is a stunning grab, you know, because I think they're tough, aren't they? When they're dying on you, and that was hit hard as well. Little bit uppish, that was the main problem. Yeah, disappointing for Katharia to go so early in the piece. He's been quite effective in this competition so far. 35 off 28 in the first game for him. Looking to cut. Now, a little bit of space there. Skipper gives chase. And they'll get through for a comfortable couple. And got it in front of square on that occasion, did Kotak.
Off the back foot, wanted to add some more power. Couldn't do so, but still manages to put that ball in the gap between mid-off and extra cover. And gets a double here, Kotak. It's the captain Jackson who'll have to play an inspirational knock today.
Well, he's gone well in the competition. Down the leg side, flicking very nicely and into the gap as well. That'll be handy. Need that boundary to finish up. End of the over. 17 for 1 after 2.
And on the second over, the Royals are 17 for 1.
Match news, cheerful moment as well. That's the extent of the class of that shot. Kushang Patel to continue. Oh, good Yorker. Think about a cheeky single. Think better of it. Better length.
Just look at the energy on the field from the Kutch Warriors. They put 189 on board. They have a huge task. I'm talking about the Royals here to chase that target. But look at the Kutch Warriors. They're in with a healthy chance of winning this encounter. They've taken the first wicket Sheldon Jackson, this wicket will be extremely important for them. If they can get rid of Jackson early, then they will be in a far better position to win this encounter.
Yeah, hugely experienced player, Sheldon Jackson, of course. Played in 5 IPL games this season. Didn't really flatter with the bat, but a hugely experienced player, of course, in this region. And yes, he's bowling from the Parimatch News end. That's the end that he's operating from, just down below us.
Jackson bats at a strike rate of about 118, 120. He needs to up on that one at least. More so when you have a target in front of you, which is quite massive. 190 to get in your stipulated 20 overs. Third over going, you're 17 for 1. With the power play, you need to utilize these overs here. Get to a score of about 45, 50. Then you're well set on your chase.
Yeah, the average power play score in the competition in the second innings is exactly about that. In fact, it is 46 across the 2 campaigns. That would be handy, but 3 dots in a row, which is not handy as far as the chasing side concerned. We're looking to cuts that really well, but they know it's his shot, and there's a man down there at third man. I'll just trundle through for another single. No real damage done.
So what are they thinking here, the Royals? How can they get to that chase of 190? Then you need to break up some kind of a plan in your mind. In the power play, you need to get about 45, 50. Then you look at the middle overs, rotate the strike, try and get at least a boundary in an over. Last 10 overs, look to get, and if you have wickets in hand, if even if the asking rate goes up to 9, 10, still it is achievable. Right now it's 9.92. But to maintain this, you need to get at least a boundary in each over, even during the middle overs.
Yeah, absolutely spot on. And one of the dangers, of course, is if that run rate starts to creep above 10, very difficult to pull it back. You need to keep in range all the way through the course, not only the power play, but outside those middle overs. Just a change of field. Just moving that man out to deep mid-wicket. Crosses stumps, looking to cut, up and over third man. And he gets it through. Oh, almost. Well, it would have been one of the great bits of fielding, but the ball does run away for a boundary. Another Parimatch cheerful moment.
I hope he has not injured himself. That was a good effort there. But in his over-exuberance, I think, in trying to get the ball inside the playing area. And a good shot from here, is it Kotak here? Who played that one, an uppish drive, but he knew there's no fielder and the sweeper cover area. If he had not dived and only run after the ball, he could have easily managed to get it inside the playing area, but he dived too early and fell quite awkwardly on his chest and then onto his neck.
Well, Chakrabarti there, well, what commitment for his team. That was a horrible looking, we can't say collision, but the position he found himself in with that extension of the neck, it was a terrific effort as well, but understandably picking up a little bit of treatment out there on the rope. Down the leg side, that'll be another wide to the total, always handy.
This is the down the leg side, the wrong line to bowl, and easily given a wide by the umpire. Still 4 fielders inside the circle, and if you have this kind of a field, why would you try and bowl a slow delivery, and that also a half tracker? And that's what happened when Kota got that boundary.
Oh, big bunt down the ground, he's got a good piece of that, and that might well run away, and it does. Vital runs here for Kotak. He goes up to 21 off 10, and after 3, well, the Zalawad Royals are 27 for 1. well. They're keeping up with the rate. That's the key thing. That one runs required is still just a fraction below 10. 27 for 1 off the first 3. Kotak going nicely. While striking up and above 200. 21 off 10. If you can maintain that for a period of time, that'd be handy. Lovely family audience that we have here in this tremendous stadium.
Kotak has batted quite fluently so far. Last ball, last over in the slot, and he goes big. He covers the fielder at mid-off and manages to get another boundary. 10 came off the last over. Still a decent start for the Royals in the chase of 190, but they should remember that when you're chasing such a big target, it's equally important that strikers from both the end, they need to look for quick runs. If you rely heavily on one player to get you the runs, that's not so easy to do so.
Ramesh Parimatch is into the attack. Just pushing it very circumspectly into the offside is Jackson.
As I mentioned, Jackson will also need to take some charge here. Get some more runs from that end. He's played 5 deliveries, is on 1. And a healthy strike rate is required, even from Jackson at this stage.
Across his stumps, he was looking to work that down through third man, just nudges in the offside, and they'll get through for just a single.
The Warriors have put themselves in a very strong position today. They batted in such a pleasing manner. There was so much of intensity. The mindset was so clear, extremely positive in the approach, and they posted a very handsome score today, 189, and they set a target of 190 for the Royals.
Yeah, what a total that is. It does look a tall order, it's safe to say. You have to go at around about 10s through the course. Looking to run that down through third man. There was a man wide there. They'll race back for a couple. It's well timed actually, and well played and well placed, and they get back for 2. Important to keep these coming.
An importance of being fit, isn't it, Johnny? Kotak here, young man, placed the ball towards third man, came back for the second. Good communication between both these batters.
I like the look of Kotak, I have to say. Playing it very nicely here. Short, cut, but only as far as backward point.
At times, this young man tries to hit too hard instead of timing the ball. Sheldon Jackson, the first game, scored a 50 of 45 deliveries against the Sorath Lions. That came in a match-winning encounter for the Royals. Played a good knock. And he has the experience, so he's biding his time here, waiting for the right opportunity to unleash.
He has got the ability to change gears. That's the beauty of Jackson. Slow ball, just work around the corner. There's a man on the edge of the circle. Kotak will be annoyed about that because he found him. Get through for another single.
They should have gone for a single. When Jackson is the non-striker end, the fielder is positioned right at that edge of the 30-yard circle, and he played it slowly. There was no power in that shot from Kotak. If you look at this one, see, he plays it towards short fine leg, and Jackson has not even taken any start while standing at the non-striker's end.
Well, big swing and a miss, big shout for LBW. Will that be out? It will. Oh, it strikes him right in front, and that's a real hammer blow. Kotak was going really nicely on 23, and he has to waddle off back towards the pavilion. Real disappointment, you have to say, for the Zalawad Royals.
That's a Parimatch news moment for the Kutch Warriors, and it is because they've got rid of Kotak, who looked good in his brief stay at the crease, but chose the wrong shot to play, went across the line, pad in front, plumb in front of the wicket, and the umpire there has no hesitation in raising the dreaded finger. And the second wicket has fallen for the Royals. They are struggling got some runs instead of going across and trying to play it on the onside towards mid wicket or towards backward square leg. There's no need for that. Good swing of the bat. The vertical bat would have helped him to get some more runs.
Well, the man who's going to take the ball at this stage, well, he's box office whenever he's involved. Agnavesh Ayachi, the skipper. You never quite know what you're going to get from the skipper, Ayachi. He has the he's a nightmare to face because he's either going to sling one down the leg side for a wide or he's going to bowl an absolute worldie of a delivery. Let's see what he comes up with. Oh, there we go. There we go. It is the sling down the leg side. Well, we suspected it might be.
Starts off with a wide down the leg side, Ayachi. It has happened with him on so many occasions. And yes, you're right, John. It's so challenging for the batter to play a bowler like this. You don't know what to expect.
Yes, Ayachi has gone for 10 runs and over in the previous 2 encounters so far of this campaign. 3 wide so far. Yeah, if you possibly a chance of making a cup of tea here. Wide of the off stump, and that's punched to backward point. Just no run on that occasion. A dot's always a slightly rare event with Ayachi.
He's tall, he has the height. He can easily dig the ball in with an upright seam. Only needs to maintain a tight line and length. Needs to be far more disciplined than what we have seen so far. Although in the last game he did manage to pick up wickets.
Decent ball. And just run by Jackson, who gets inside the line down to third man. Yeah, if you were building a fast bowler, he would have all the attributes, Saba.
Yeah, pretty rhythmic run up here from Ayachi. Gets into a good bowling stride. The delivery is pretty fine. I think maybe at the time of delivery, he tries to bring it in so that the wrist position is not actually behind the ball. And that is why the time of release, it goes down the leg side.
Or down the track, that's a nice looking shot by Sheldon Jackson, and that's in the gap, and that will run away for 4. Very handy from Jackson, lovely use of the feet as well, and finding space out there on the extra cover boundary.
It's taken his time, the captain here on the 9th delivery, steps out and plays this one quite well. Only had to clear the fielder at mid-off and does that quite easily. Sheldon Jackson. Experience counts. He needs to play a big innings here. He needs to bat deep to take his side home. Can he do that? Such a huge challenge here for the captain.
Short, that's cut away. That'll be more runs. Has it gone all the way? It has. What a shot that is. 4 and then a 6. Down through third man. Cracking bit of backing from Sheldon Jackson, the skipper. Going really nicely now.
Well, you possibly can't bowl a ball like this. This is a Parimatch news. Cheerful moment for the Royals. Quite wavered outside the off stump. He really had to reach out to hit that one. This is a deliberate uppercut from Sheldon Jackson. No fielder there. And it clears the fence. Goes for the maximum. 10 already. Last 2 deliveries.
Well, it's a better ball, to be fair, but Sheldon Jackson has somehow got that down to third man for another single. Nice bit of batting from the skipper.
Had been subdued so far, but in this over, he'd been given the opportunity to really play those big shots. So 1-6, an uppercut, and before that, a superb over-the-top kind of a drive from Sheldon Jackson. So 12 already, including a wide in this over from Ayachi.
Yeah, he's never gone for less than 10 in the tournament. Swing and a miss outside the off stump. End of the over. Zalawad Royals are 42 for 2, and we've got 5 gone.
Well, the comparison indicates that Zalawad Royals are right on track. They've lost 1 wicket less, matter of fact. So just theoretically, they are well on track. But as we know, cricket's a strange game. Anything may happen. Parimatch has done very well so far. 1 for 3 from his first over. And another tight over or two, and we'll know that the Royals will start an early panic. But an expensive over or two, and the Royals will know that they continue to be well on track. It's just the volume of runs, the number of runs. Chasing 190, never easy. Maybe a 10% chance ordinarily. And will this be the 1 out of 10 matches for Sheldon Jackson and his team to be able to get past the line? Not easy at all. It takes a very sustained effort of heavy run making all the way through. Not easy, and you can't afford to lose too many wickets either. Charu Sharma, I've got Pragyan Oja here with me. Pragyan, just the difficulty of the consistency with which you need keep getting big overs, maybe a 6 once in a while, a 4. The pressure just gets a little too much. We've seen this so many times in hundreds of matches where till 50% to maybe even 70% of the way you feel we can get there. But that sustained pressure sometimes gets to the chasing team, or more times than not gets to the chasing team.
Yeah, when you're chasing a big total, that's what happens. You have to bat at a certain pace, and you will be chasing a certain run rate, and you have to make sure the strike rate also, as a batsman, is at a certain level, because batting first is easy. You don't have a target, but when you're looking at the target, you also have to not lose your wickets. That's something which you have to balance, and for Sheldon Jackson it is very important that he has to balance his team out by not giving his wicket and also chase that run rate.
Well, that's his favorite shot, Jackson's, but this time straight to backward point. Loves to cut the ball. And yeah, you're right about that whole strike rate matter. Sheldon's only at 100 right now, 13 from 13. So it hasn't been a bright start for him. There is just a little bit of time for him to make sure that he doesn't fall too far behind, because then a little bit of desperation creeps in. You start playing shots that you're not comfortable with. Good start to the over by Parimatch. Up in the air, falls just short of cover, the shy.
And when you're trying to hit the deck, there is something for the bowlers. I think the most important thing is you have to mix your pace and vary your length according to the batsman. And the best example for Royals would be the way Samarth paced his innings. Got a brilliant 100, but he batted throughout. I know the pressure was less for him, but he's an example, the way he paced his innings and the way he took the bowlers on, and also he is looking for those singles and doubles.
For the moment, Parimatch doing really well. 4 dots in a row, lots of pressure on the opposite skipper. And let's just take a look at that magnificent 100. Samarth Vyas started with that pleasing covered drive, was lucky on a couple of occasions, was not afraid to step out and hit it big. That slower one being dispatched behind square on the off. And then, of course, when he hit it straight, he hit it really well. Did give a couple of chances towards the end of his innings, but that contained everything. How well he picked that one up. Behind square on the leg. Back live. Come back to that, Pragyan. You were mentioning what a sweet knock it was. The highest ever individual innings in the Parimatch SPL.
Indeed it was. That was a brilliant shot. But these shots, mind you, they look beautiful and they're elegant. We could see the way he was hitting, but to reach here, the celebration shows it all. But to reach here, he stayed there on the wicket. He made sure he was pacing his innings well. That is very important.
Five dots, then a big 6. Sheldon Jackson says, enough of that. I'm going to take a big one here. That was the last ball of the power play. 6 gone, 48 for 2. They've lost Kotaria and Kotak, but they do have Tamil Rajdev in the middle, and then of course Booth and Gajjar, who did very well. Sakaria too can hit a few big ones if necessary, and perhaps Makwana too. So they bat deeper than most teams, but the task getting 190 is the big problem. Last ball, last over. Great pickup. Saw the length, went through with it. Touch of desperation also there. 5 dots before that.
And if you look closely, those dot deliveries, he was varying his pace and length. I think the last delivery, which we saw that went out of the park, was kind of a predictable delivery. That is the reason why Sheldon was ready. And when you know as a bowler, the batsman is desperate to get those runs, you have to be extra careful.
Will they take the 2? They can. The opportunity is there. They must. Both the players hesitated a bit, and I wonder if this has something to do with Gohil wondering whether he should have his skipper on strike. Right now in the 6 overs so far, that was the first catch, brilliantly taken. Kotaria was like, what, really? Maybe that should have been a no ball. It wasn't. Flick gets him a boundary. Not too many runs. Sheldon Jackson also a little quiet. And Kotak getting 23 from 14 was the aggressor at that point of time before they lost their second wicket.
This is what we've been talking about for the Royals. Playing across the line. It wasn't needed. And then after that, the way Sheldon batted, very impressive. Leading from the front as a captain. And he's just batting out there in the middle, making sure he keeps the chances alive.
Strange position to play that. I think it was a slower one, which he read just about in time. They could have taken another one had they been ready. But Gohil not quite on the same wavelength as his skipper.
Oh, when I look at Agnivesh, it looks like he's just managing to bowl those deliveries. Never look like someone who's looking to take wickets. If you look at the other bowlers, somehow it gave a feeling that they're trying to pick wickets, but for Agnivesh, he's just managing with the line and length.
Oh, beats the man at backward square. That's brilliant. Cut away. Sheldon Jackson's favorite shot, but that was Gohil, and following his skipper, very efficiently cut.
Oh yes, as I was telling you, when you're trying to manage with your line and length, this is what happens. You end up giving those deliveries where batsman capitalizes without taking any credit out of Gohil. He played a brilliant shot there, but I'm talking about a bowler's mindset. Always in these kind of situations, when a batting unit is under pressure, they've lost wicket and they're chasing a big total, you have to be aggressive. Look to get them out.
He's certainly got aggression written on his face. Agni Ayachi was a little upset at the backward point fielder, but really couldn't have done much more than dive to his left, still left short. So 20 runs from his 1.5 overs so far, the skipper. Pressure on him. Didn't quite find the timing, so that'll be just the one. And with only 1 ball left in the over, it's going to be Sheldon Jackson. Remember, the power play is up, so plenty of boundary riders now. In fact, for Agni, there is only, well, 2 on the offside. Cover sweeper, there he is, and the third man. And then, of course, he's got 3 on the leg side. Deep square, deep mid-wicket, and long on. Must keep it a little straighter now because of the boundary riders being on the onside. Oh, expertly turned away, and yet very smartly done by Short Fine, and equally well backed up by Gohil at the non-striker's end. Oh, is he all right? We've had enough injury problems right now. We'll try and come back. 7 overs gone, 58 for 2. We need the kind of strike rate that Kotak showed in the chase, 23 from 14. Jackson, the skipper, still there. Well, maybe he has time. Gohil also a wonderful square cut earlier on. Only 3 extras. They know the Kotak Warriors. And here's Pathak, by the way, whom we know is carrying a finger injury. And that was in the previous match when he got hit. And here it is, short fine. I think he didn't feel that comfortably. Did send the ball back, but he's in agony because of that injury on his left index finger. The skipper is not very sympathetic.
Yeah, you can understand at times as a captain, you know, the game is not going your way. Yes, there's so much animation going on here with the umpires. I think Agnivesh trying to convey something. Looks very animated, but somehow I got a feeling that the captain didn't understand what exactly was going on with Pathak.
Well, he knows his players. He shouldn't. Pathak's a valuable back. Today didn't get too many runs, but there we are. 12th Khiladi. And we'll just make sure that you understand all about this wonderful app. Sports coverage doesn't get better than the 12th Khiladi. You can find fantasy tips, match predictions, in-depth statistical analysis, live updates, fan opinions. Log on to www.12thkhiladi.com for the best sports coverage. Still plenty of interest in the match. I think Agni Ayachi was a little upset because it would be terrible if 190 is chased. Dave Dund comes in, 2 wickets so far in the tournament for him. Beginning his spell today. Sheldon Jackson, so much work still to do in the commentary box. A very pleasant surprise. We got the current chief of the Saurashtra Cricket Association, Jaidev Shah, here with us. Jaidev, very good evening. Congratulations for everything so far. We'll get your comments in a second. They squeezed through for a single. So, Jaidev, happy with what you've seen so far? Congratulations, by the way. Have I said that?
Thank you very much. It's been amazing, the tournament. The tournament has been amazing.
Yes, boys, yes, boys!
I couldn't agree more. Pragyan, would you third that? I think I've seconded it.
Yeah, it has been a great tournament, and the vision that Jaidev and his father, Mr. Niranjan Shah, the way they have planned it out, this tournament and the stadium, and with the environment that they're talking about, plantation of trees, it's a great initiative. And why not? He's been himself a cricketer, played so many years of cricket, plays 100 first-class games. So Jaidev, tell us about what was your vision, what were you thinking, how did you plan all this? We know Niranjan sir was always a great administrator. There were a lot of expectations from you. So how did you manage?
No, we just thought under the guidance of Mr. Niranjan Shah, he said that let's give a very big and nice, amazing platform to the cricketers, which everyone in India can see, because it's not possible that all the selectors or from IPL teams can come here and see all the matches. So I think this is the best platform for the Saurashtrian players to show their talent to India and the world.
Considering the wonderful facility you have here, of course, as a Gujarat team, and congratulations, by the way, on behalf of the state, the Titans winning the first IPL in their first year, or the current season, their first year. Do you think there's a chance that they might actually agree to have a few matches hosted here?
Yeah, I hope so. Okay, we have got a beautiful infrastructure. I think Gujarat Lions, when they were there, they hosted your 5 matches. So we are prepared to have any IPL matches as BCCI gives us and the IPL. But I think it depends on how the IPL scenario is, and then they can provide us some matches.
Well, have I said that that's Sheldon Jackson's favorite shot, the square cut? There he is again, very late, squeezing the ball through the gap there behind square on the off. But you know, where you might have a problem is the fact that you see 29,000. I think it was very clever to have a stadium only of that size, but Ahmedabad has 110,000. So I think the team might well say, we'd be happy to sell 110,000 tickets.
Yes, of course. That's been a beautiful stadium, and it's one of the best achievement you can ever have for India, which is world's best stadium and with the maximum capacity. I think for the cricket, it's been like a dream come.
Well, we'll get back to that. 8 gone. It's 64 for 2. Zalawad Royals chasing 190 for a win. was beginning to fall behind, 64 for 2 after 8. And the Kutch Warriors were 71. Of course, they'd lost an extra wicket. There's another beautiful look. The SCA Stadium floodlit, and Jaydev Shah is here with us. And you must have been, well, the stadium is a baby of yours, surely. So tell us more about it.
I think Mr. Niranjan Shah thought about the stadium and gave an identity, something like a very different kind of a media center. So I think it's got a different identity than a lot of stadium, and we've just made it very beautifully that all the crowd gets engaged to the game. So I think that's what the whole vision was about. So I think that's the best part of the stadium.
And to add to that, he's being very generous. The one that is talking about the media center, that's where we all are. It's a beautiful place to watch the game. And the other thing, as a cricketer, I've seen when the Indian team was here, they asked Jaydev and Mr. Niranjan Shah that they need certain number of wickets, and they were like, we have got 27 wickets ready for you. And what do you say about that? As a cricketer, I think he thought about that as well. It is very important.
Yeah, I think good wickets and good practice gives them good confidence for the match. So I think that is the most necessary and heart of the game, the wicket. So I think we gave them proper wickets to practice and concentrate on the game, and I think that's the best part of the whole thing that we've put on the future, that so many wickets will help because a lot of tournaments also coming up, 19, 16. So I think everyone can recommend.
Well, the wickets have certainly helped because somebody like Gohil here on the back foot has played a fabulous back foot cover drive. One of the best shots we've seen for a long time here. Look at this. You've got to admire what he's done. Standing tall through the gap, and so much power and timing behind that shot. He gets a boundary, the cover sweeper nowhere near it. Lots of young talent. You know, that's one of the big things about these state leagues, right? But all the young talent bursting, hungry to be bursting through, gets a wonderful showcase.
So I think a very young talent today scored a beautiful 100, which is first time in our SPL 2 season. So I think they are getting their confidence, and I think from this they will learn much better and get matured early to be prepared for them for a big stage whenever they get an opportunity to play.
Yeah, just a little too much bounce on that last ball. Tries the same shot again. This to the left of the cover sweeper. It's taken a lot of work. Will they take the two? They do. Gohil's very young. Looks just 16 really. But I know he's older than that.
What I noticed was every game Jaydev used to walk down and talk to the players, giving them that confidence, not as a president but as a player, because he's been there, done that. So can you just tell us what were you talking to these young guys, because after this over we'll discuss more about it.
Well, the last ball also cut away. These guys are doing really well behind square on the off. 12 off it after 9 is 76 for 2.
Ground, this is where we have seen two outstanding cricketers come out playing currently for the country, Ravindra Jadeja and Cheteshwar Pujara, and few in the pipeline. So Jaydev, tell us about, I know as a president you have to be here, see the proceedings, but as a player when you're meeting these guys, what were you talking to them? And that's a brilliant boundary by Sheldon Jackson. But Jaydev, please throw some light on what you discuss with them and how do you tell them to handle this kind of pressure, especially on a live game, thousands of people watching on television.
See, I think the most important part for this junior is that they have to have the maturity come up very soon. So I just give them guidance, okay, you are getting a very good platform, so get the best out of yourself and utilize it as per your talent. So I don't waste your talent for this. We are giving a beautiful stage to show your talent in this Indian world class, with production, with your amazing commentary and everyone together. So I think we are making them a very good stage for them.
Well, you're very kind. But let me put you on the spot here, Jaydev. Oh, flicked away. That could be another boundary. It will be. Back to back for the skipper. I think chasing 190 is very difficult. Even though Jackson's going very well now. 35 from 27, striking 130. Who's going to win today?
Oh, you put me in a very difficult spot.
Because you know these guys.
Yeah, of course. But I think if the way they are batting right now, Sheldon Jackson and Jai Gohil, if they play like this, I think they can possibly win. And the same thing goes to, like I said, that Samarth Vyas made 100. No one knew that they can reach to this total. So
when we guess, there are no ifs and buts, by the way. But anyway, just very quickly, Pragyan brought this up. I think the whole eco angle of the stadium, the solar panels, the trees, the water conservation, all of that is also something you guys have done really well. I'm very proud of the fact that you paid so much attention to that. So maybe just a little of that before we say goodbye at the end of the over.
I think we've done it in a very energy saving, and right now green is very important environment. So I think we can all get this is 50% is on solar. And when the cricket is not going on, it's just on solar, so it's better for everyone to save energy. And a lot of plantation and greens where you get clean and healthy when your environment, when you're playing around the stadium. So I think this will help a lot of in the future for the clean and healthy environment.
I'm with you. I think the environment needs so much more attention, and it's fantastic that you guys are providing so much of it. All the trees planted, the 25 lakhs that you set up for more trees as well, and not just around the stadium, but the city as well. Brilliant stuff. 2 balls to go for the halfway stage. Probably just take one here. Will they go for the 2? No, it'll require a misfield to do that. It'll be wonderful to have your company here. And we're all delighted to be here in Rajkot to be a part of the Parimatch SPL Season 2. And we hope that we'll be here, or somebody will be here, not me, for Season 25 and more.
No, I hope so. This goes on, and a lot of new players come out and play for their country and IPL, which will give a boost to Saurashtra and the region of Saurashtra. So I think I need to thank all my office bearers, all the officials, all the umpires who have been working so hard to make these things, this SPL 2 so successful. I think we should give credit, and even Mr. Shah, we have been trained under him.
Without question, a big thank you to Mr. Niranjan Shah, to you two, on behalf of the entire production team. We're all delighted to be here. Thanks for inviting us, and good luck for the rest of the tournament.
Thank you very much.
At the halfway stage, 87 for 2.
Way stage for the Zalawad Royals. Sabah Karim is back alongside me. What are your thoughts?
This is so well poised now, Johnny. 87 for 2 after 10, 8 wickets in hand. The captain Jackson at crease, 37 of 29. Gohil 21 of 13. Excellent partnership so far. If they can take it forward, the middle overs are so important. Run rate 10.3. They can afford to do so at this stage. They need to maintain that kind of momentum which they have gained so far. Next 5 overs. Look at 5 overs. Don't take too far ahead. And then it's easy to break down your chase like that.
Well, that'll be handy. A little wide, slung down the leg side. Need to be fairly tight here, the Kutch Warriors, if they can be. Oh, swung away. Back with a square on the leg side. There will be a man out there. It'll just be the single.
I just get the impression that the spinners so far have tried to bowl too fast, and that has allowed the batters to play their shots. If they can slow down their pace and try and bring in more variation, they may pose some problems for the batters.
Fired down the leg side, and is that tucked away very nicely? It'll just be the single. A bye, in fact. Oh, everybody missed it. There we go.
Jackson is urging the umpire, come on, give it a wide. I would have got 2 runs there. He only gets 1.
Yeah, how can that be a bye? It's down the leg side. If it hasn't touched anything, surely it's a wide.
Maybe because the batter, Sheldon Jackson, he shuffles so much outside the off stump, but still the ball went down the leg side. And I do agree with you, Johnny, that should have been given a wide.
That's down the leg side as well. That will be wide. I think, yeah, up go the arms.
See, again, too quick in the air. It helps the batsman to get the right kind of timing, and they can hit easily.
Good length. Nothing Gohil can really do apart from tuck that away on the leg side. Another single. It's been hasn't been the greatest of overs, but they haven't really gone anywhere. The Zalawad Royals here. Just 6 from it so far. And again, just circumspectly played into the leg side, end of the over, just 7 coming from the 11th, and the Zalawad Royals are 94 for 2. Well, there's not much in it as far as the worm's concerned. The big difference is the Zalawad Royals have a couple more wickets up there in hand at this stage. Need another half a run, but then they're right in the hunt here, especially if the Jackson, the skipper, can continue to go big. Dev Dan is back into the attack. Number 17 off 2 for him so far.
5 bowlers used so far by the captain Ayachi. They've done his ball 2 economical to some extent, 17 of 2 overs, the left arm spinner. And again, I would like to reiterate, bowl slow, bring in more variation. There is pace of the surface, and if you bowl fast, it gets easy for the batter to hit through the line. A packed offside field behind square here for the left arm spinner.
Jackson looking to cut away. Oh, just dies on backward point. Ayachi not a million miles away from that. Very uppish, could easily have gone to hand.
And that's the area he wants to bowl, and that's one reason why he's got 3 fielders that side. He needs to find the gap here, Sheldon Jackson. What will he do now?
Swings away on the leg side. That will be 4. Oh dear, it's a drag down. It's capitalised immediately by the skipper. He gets another one. 43 off 34 for him now.
And the Parimatch news cheerful moment for the Royals. Came off the blade from the captain Jackson. Too short, a half tracker, had enough time for Jackson to play that pull shot, front of square, gets a boundary. There is a field at Cow's corner, but he beats that one quite easily.
Across his stumps and just working it into the gap. They might well come back for 2. They're pushing hard and they will get back for 2. That's brilliant running, you have to say. Great placement, great timing, and terrific fitness as well.
Excellent communication between these two. He knew right from the beginning he can easily go for 2 because he had played it so well. Soft hands. Completes 2 very easily.
And that's the 100 up. Coming good lick as well. Coming up in the 12th over. Sheldon Jackson looking to try and get that cut away. It's a good battle this, because there's 3 men backward of square on the offside, and Jackson will continue to play that shot.
Yeah, it's quite interesting to note that, isn't it, Johnny, that you have 3 fielders there and he's trying to bowl in that area.
Across his stumps down the leg side. That'll be another sundry. Yeah, another wide.
He's trying to bowl short, and I don't understand this kind of a strategy. You do have fielders there, but pitch it up. Let him drive in front of the wicket.
Again, just nurdling it back with a square on the leg side. It'll just be a gentle, fairly uncontested single.
Batted quite calmly so far, the captain Jackson. He knows that he'll have to remain till the 20th over to take his side home. Gohil has given him excellent support. Very good partnership, 72 of 51 deliveries. And they're still in sync with the run chase. 10.78 is the asking run rate.
Yeah, it's been a brilliant effort thus far. Long way to go, though. Looking to chop away on back with a square. That'll be a dot ball to finish. 102 for 2 for the Zalawad Royals, and we've got 12 gone. Runs for the Zalawad Royals. Samarth Vyas is not a million miles behind on 143. Darren Gohil's gone well in this competition, 126. Krishnakamp Patak 107 and Jay Gohil 95. They're the leading run getters so far in the Parimatch News Saurashtra Premier League 2022.
He's got enough experience to understand the realities of this game. Sheldon Jackson, he knows that he has to remain in the hunt, and to do that he'll have to guide the youngster Jay Gohil, which he's trying to do now, having a chat with the youngster. It's equally important not to try and be ahead of the game. Just try and be there, have wickets in hand, look to get, even if you have to get about 30-35 in the last 3 overs, even that is gettable, provided you have wickets in hand, and more importantly if you have the captain at the crease.
Yes, he's found it. Jivrajani. Economy rate of 9.33 so far in the game. The Zalawad Royals won't mind that. But yeah, as you quite rightly pointed out, Saba, Sheldon Jackson has to go deep here. 46 off 37. Punching off the back foot. Just a gentle single. 88 off 87 off 47 the equation now.
Look to get about 8-9 runs per over. That'll add pressure on the Kutch Warriors. They don't have that kind of bowling strength, and if the Royals can manage to take this game till the 18th and the 19th over, there'll be enormous pressure on the bowlers of the Kutch Warriors.
Down the leg side, and that's swatted away. Finds the man, annoyingly. Annoyingly for him anyway. Missed out on that occasion. Just a single.
Yeah, absolutely. Such loose delivery they need to put away for some more runs than what they got here. If he had only tried to hit this uppishly, could have easily cleared the fence at backward square leg. That was a short delivery from the right arm off spinner, Jivrajani.
Yeah, they got away with that one. Acquired rate is just nudged above 11. Down the leg side and just poked away for another single. Across the stumps again. They'll think about getting a couple here. Let's give it a work in the deep, and it'll just be the one.
There are some open areas where they can target. So he has 3 fielders on the offside. One is short third, one backward point, and one is straightish kind of a point. And then you have a fielder at deep cover, deep extra cover.
Oh, big shot, inside edge onto pad. And understandably, after 3 singles in the over off 3 balls, Gohil was looking to thrash it down the ground.
A good over from the right arm off spinner, right in the block hole. Nothing much Jay Gohil could have done on that occasion. 2 more to go, only 4 conceded so far. Excellent over, very frugal.
Jackson Can only poke that into the onside, and a dot as well, and this just builds the pressure, doesn't it? It's amazing, one little tiny good over at this stage of the game, and suddenly, well, that rate required is jumping up towards 12. Jackson, well, just looking to nudge it down the ground. He wanted something a bit more expansive, but it's just a single to finish. You'll feel a frustrating over, the end of the 13th. And the Zalawad Royals are 107 for 2. Good previous over, just 5 coming from it. 10 balls since the last over as well, and just looking at the mini card there, 189 for 5 off 20 of the Kutch Warriors. They went well. Zalawad Royals 107 for 2. Still going though, 83 off 42 the equation, so it's up and just around about 12 and over. Crowder engaged, Dev Dand into the attack, 8.33 economy, that would get them home. Sheldon Jackson looking to cut to backward point. We'll have to wait for another ball.
Some tight overs from the Kutch Warriors, making things difficult for the Royals here. Sheldon Jackson looking for that kind of a escape route, so to speak, waiting for some loose deliveries. None have come his way.
Jackson gets a length ball that he's trying to chop into the outs. Into the outer, and that's 50 for Jackson. Then it's coming a good lick as well. 50 off 43 for him. It's his second 50 of the campaign, his 4th across the 2 seasons. He's batted extremely nicely. Yeah, 50 not out. Big shots. It'll just be a single. Punch down the ground, and let's go down to Madonna, who's got a special guest.
In conversation with Hetwick Kotak from the Royals. Well, Hetwick, in the first match 18, then 17, today 23. You're getting a great start but not being able to capitalize. What's the reason for it?
So basically, when I am trying to capitalize, but the main thing is like in the power play, you try and score as much as possible, because at that time you don't think too much about getting out. If you score around 45, 50, 55 in the first 6 overs, then you know you can build on the innings from there. So like if you are trying to hitting for runs, you may get out, so it's fine.
Over to the commentators.
Well, Sheldon Jackson has to go, and what a delivery by Dev Dand as well. It's just a little nibble, it's a nice take as well behind the stumps.
Unplayable delivery. It turned him square, turned so much. Excellent stuff. And a good work behind the stumps. Had his eyes glued on the ball, not an easy take at all. But what a wicket, and what a time to get a wicket like this. Desai, excellent behind the stumps, and it is left arm spinner Dev Dand who's got this important wicket of Sheldon Jackson. He goes for 50, it's 109 for 3.
The new batter is Kutch.
Samar Gajar, best of 26. Let's have another look at this wicket. It's a beautiful bit of bowling, little nibble, and the skipper knows he has to go. What a bit of bowling that was. Gripped and turned, it's all you could want really.
I bet it came off those cracks. It beat the batter Sheldon Jackson completely. He's trying to play him on the one side. They opened him up. And a splendid catch by Desai.
Let's go and join Madonna downstairs.
Continuing my conversation with Hetwick. Well, Hetwick, we had to stop midway because of that wicket. Sheldon just got 50 and got out, but what a partnership between him and Gohil, right?
Yeah, they played really well right now. And still, if Jai and Summer plays for next 5 overs, we are in the game.
Oh, I like your confidence level. What do you have to say about this wonderful initiative the Parimatch News presents Saurashtra Premier League Season 2?
I mean, it's just wonderful for every youngster of Saurashtra Cricket Association because like everyone is getting lots of opportunities. And you know, if a good player is scoring runs and wickets, it's really good for him because he can come up from here.
All right, all the very best for the chase. Over to the commentators.
Hard 14, 111 for 3. Well, that card, 111 for 3 off 14. And the main bit of news as far as that card is concerned is that Sheldon Jackson, who's been a leading scorer across the 2 competitions, is gone for 50 off 44.
So Tamil can bat. Rajdev is a decent all-rounder. Then they have P. Bhutt. Bhutt and Samar Gajar have batted well for the side in the previous encounters. Now it's up to the 2 youngsters, Samar Gajar and Jai Gohil, try and make something out of this. For Kutch Warriors, there's a great chance to win this game with a decent margin, and that'll help them to improve on their net run rate, which will come in handy if they win the encounter after this. So many permutations and combinations involved even now.
A big shot. I think that's gone straight up in the air. Will it be taken? Oh no, it's spilled. Oh, real disappointment. They come back for a brace. Will that be out? That might be tight as well on the run out. What does the umpire suggest? Are they going upstairs for that? No, but a drop. Oh, real disappointment for Ayachi.
So much happening here on the field. A good delivery. A bouncer trying to hook that one, did not connect it, went high up in the air, and the mid-wicket fielder almost got it covered. Even the captain Ayachi was trying to take that catch. Left it to the fielder, almost got it, slipped out of the hands. And there's another opportunity at the striker's end when Ayachi threw the ball. I don't know what happened there.
Oh, it's Alok Ranjan who's the man to miss out on that occasion. And Ayachi, well, he's absolute box office, this man. He's very disappointed indeed. Well, big swing and a miss outside the off stump and an appeal. Never dull when Ayachi's in the piece, it has to be said. Always something going on.
Including his emotions, Johnny, isn't it? He got really upset with the fielder at mid-wicket. This is what happened on the other end, not this one, the other end, the striker's end. I thought there was a run-out opportunity there also.
Yeah, it did look tight, that run out. I'm surprised it wasn't referred upstairs. Here comes Ayachi again. Back of a length outside the off stump. Getting away with that, to be honest, against Gohil, who's set quite nicely on 28 of 22.
Now let's see what happened to the strikers end. Oh, he had the opportunity to break down the stumps. Wicketkeeper Desai, he did not even break down the stumps there. If he had done so, there was a possibility of getting a run out.
Yeah, you do have to break the stumps. I think that's quite critical for the old run out. Oh, length ball from Ayachi, fired into the pads. appealed for something. Always going on with this man. Ruse his luck, they get through for a single.
No, let's watch that again. Tried to go for the big shot, did not connect it. He had almost given up the batter there. He went for the second. Now look at the wicket keeper. He collects the ball, tries to dislodge the stumps, is unable to do so. Did he make it or was he out of the crease? Oh, it would have been a tight one. Maybe a better throw would have helped.
Yeah, would have been tight. Would have been tight, you feel. None for 24 for Ayachi. Required run rate, well, it's just getting a bit serious now. Ayachi operating from this Parimatch news end. 76 off 32 required. Gajah looking to cut. Down to third man. It'll just be a single, I think. And it will be. Change of angle from Ayachi.
An excellent over from Ayachi. Has given only 4 of the 5 deliveries he has bowled so far. And the asking run rate has climbed up 14.52 now. It is getting away from the Royals this match. Jackson was, in my opinion, the last hope. Once he got out, it has become increasingly difficult for the Royals. Do they have the depth? I don't think so. We'll have to wait and watch.
Yeah, Ayachi is a man that wears his heart on his sleeves. When things are going well, there's a massive broad smile. Yorker just ballooned. Oh, that might be tight. Oh, that will be tight. They'll come back for an overthrow. I wonder if that might be repaired. Have a little look at the umpire. Nothing doing, he's satisfied. No, they're not going upstairs. End of the over, 117 for 3, and we've got 15 gone. We're enjoying ourselves so much.
Interesting face score that you can see. 69 runs were scored in that passage of 16 to 20 overs by Kutch Warriors. If that can be replicated by the chasing side, game on. Take a look at this last delivery. Oh, was he just a little too slow to get back to non-striker's end? But in the process, they did steal another run as well. That's why it's important you ground your bat. He made it in, but was just a little relaxed. Last evening we saw a low-scoring thriller. And this evening, we could just be seeing another match where somebody will have to play out of their skins. Pragyan Oja joining me. Pragyan, what a time to come. The last 5 overs always builds excitement.
It does. We saw it last night, and now we are back here tonight as well. Got some lovely cricket going on. As a cricket fan, nothing can be better than this. Watching these young boys fight it out, sweat it out. And saying that, I believe the Zalawad Royals are not far behind. When you look at the scores at every 5 overs, they were quite similar. Every 6 overs, beg your pardon. Yeah, and they have 7 wickets in hand. You never know.
Goes big on this one, but does not quite get the middle of the bat. They're stealing the second. That's a wayward throw. They'll complete it comfortably. Somebody will have to take charge in the middle. Jay Gohil, 30 of 25. It's time for him to shift gears.
Yeah, we've seen that earlier. And this is the shot that we're talking about. Particularly when you're mixing up the pace, it has been a little difficult for the batsmen. Samarth was the only one who was exceptional here tonight. But other than that, it has been difficult for the batsmen to really go after the bowlers, only if you vary the pace.
Absolutely rightly mentioned, Pragyan. The last two deliveries have been change-up pace deliveries. He's just taken the pace of it, and that's why the bat has struggled. But you get the impression that the surface has gotten better as the game has progressed.
Yeah, the wicket was good. It wasn't like what we saw yesterday, and we heard the curator saying that they have watered a bit and then they did a good amount of rolling. Maybe that's the reason the wicket has become a little better. But if you vary the pace and bowl slow, it has troubled the batsman. This is what we have been talking. If you can have a look at the bowler's wrist or maybe finger, see the way he's been bowling slow. He's either bowling a kind of knuckle delivery or twisting his fingers. That's when it has been difficult for the batsman to go after the bowler.
Oh yes, the last three deliveries have been change-ups. Make that 4. He's just taking the pace of the ball and of the game as well, but nicely negotiated towards backward point, 1 for the arm, and they'll complete 2 runs. No, they're trying to run hard. It's the boundaries that'll take them home tonight. The Zalawad Royals.
Also, I think Kutch Warrior has decided that they're going to keep changing the pace. If you bowl consistently at one pace, we've seen how the batsmen, they have just gone after the bowler and got those boundaries and sixes. We saw Sheldon Jackson do that, and when the ball started stopping, it was a very difficult thing. This is the ball I was talking about, and it's end of the over, 123 for 3.
We have an early start on Wednesday. It's a double-header. Kutch Warriors, who are currently in action, will be up against a very formidable Gohilwad Gladiators, who are fresh from a win in that last game of theirs under Untitled. And then, of course, Sorath Lions pretty much in the hunt to make it to the top 2 against Halar Heroes, who are at number 4 in the points table, and they'll need a move on as well. That'll be 6:45 local time. So lots to look forward to on a Wednesday evening. Back live here, Samar Gajjar and Gohil in middle. Kushang with the ball, slower off cutter. Again, nicely underneath the bat, very hard to get rid of.
And mind you, Kushang has been a bowler for the captain to go to. He's been picking up wickets and bowling those great deliveries. See, first delivery he bowled a Yorker. He's not letting the batsman think ahead of him. Saying that, tomorrow I feel like the weekend has come early.
Oh yes, it's always a carnival when you have a double-header in this part of the world or anywhere where 2 matches are played on the same day. But at the moment, somebody will have to take charge. Slower off cutter, take the pace of the ball. And that's why it's important you don't leave too much for the end, Pragyan.
It's always a challenge, especially when you're chasing a big target and you've lost 3 important wickets. You've got 2 good batsmen playing. Goel, just 34, and very interesting stat. It's been 30 deliveries since last boundary, and that shows how they have been very smart with the ball, changing the pace. And if you're bowling quick, bowl those full deliveries, Yorker. That's what the mantra has been for the Kutch Warrior bowling unit.
And Kushang has done an exceptional job being the perfect death bowler for his captain. Agnivesh Ayachi will be happy and pleased with the way he's got those deliveries right underneath the bat. In fact, interestingly, in the last 30 deliveries, only 26 runs have been scored. Agnivesh, the skipper.
He's been very animated tonight. He knows what this game means to his team and to this tournament.
Once again, the block hole delivery, bowling it with change-ups, keeping the batsmen in doubt.
Kushang has been exceptional. Every time he comes onto bowl, he's picked up wickets or has done something exceptional for his team. That is the reason you will see Kushang bowling those important overs. Whenever his team needs those breakthroughs or needs a sudden break when the runs are flowing, he's the one who gets the ball.
Gave the charge on this occasion, committed into that shot, somehow managed to get rid of it, and they'll complete 2 runs. But I'll tell you what, with an equation reading 61-90, no, that's poor cricket. This is very casual stuff in the middle, and that's where they should not get complacent and stay at it. 60 needed of 19, but this game is certainly slipping away from the hands of the batting side at the moment.
And these are the things you must address quickly. That was a good delivery, played very cleverly. I can understand they were looking for a couple of runs, but after that, no one was backing the bowling stumps. That is very, very basic. Maybe they'll be looking for a 2. You never know. It's end of the over, 131 for 3.
Kutch Warriors, who still to find that elusive win, may just be finding that memorable night tonight. Zalawad Royals playing catch-up, 59 needed of 18 at the moment, but the evening so far has belonged to Samarth Vyas, 102 not out in 59, and in the chase Jackson raised hopes, but at the moment it's up to Gohil to go out there and play a cameo, even as young fans enjoy coming to the SCA Stadium.
And you'll see more of these tomorrow because you've got double header. So it'll be double the fun.
Double delight, Pragyan. Almost had one last evening during our ice cream stay.
Indeed.
Taking the pace off it again. Does not quite much will on this. Again, it's a very, very ordinary shot because the pace in the ball was just not there to tee off.
Slowly the game is getting away from the Royals. 17 deliveries, 58 runs. I think clearly the bowling side has decided they're not going to give any pace to the batsmen, and I'll ask them to go big only using their muscle.
Oh yes, large boundaries, taking the pace off the ball, extra effort to be put in by the batters. Gives the charge. One bounce to the fielder at long on. Got to give credit to the captain and the bowlers to understand the nature of the wicket and change tactics, Pragyan.
And the man of the evening, Samarth, standing guarding the boundary there, the way he batted, he was exceptional. And as I said, 2 things will happen. One, you're forcing the batsmen to go for big shots and trying to use their muscle. They're looking to do something which is out of the box. And the other thing is, they may get tired when you're trying to use too much power and to generate that, to play big shots. You may lose your energy and you may get tired, and because of that you may lose your wicket also.
Almost lost the wicket there. Gajjar didn't quite get the middle of the ball. Beg your pardon, Suresh Tamil waiting for his turn again, just overcommitting into that shot and didn't quite get to the pitch of the ball. The pace was not there.
So this is only happening because there's no pace. The bowlers are not offering any pace at all to the batsmen. They're asking you to go after them. What a delivery. Brilliant. This is the reward because they have been persisted with their plan. They bowled those slow deliveries, mixed up pace really well, forced the batsman to try something very different, and this is the reason why the batsman was a little frustrated and was trying hard to go at the bowler, and a great Yorker.
just felt that was a little bit of a reverse swing that we got to see, but played on in the end after all the change-ups. That quicker delivery right underneath the bat. And once he dragged it on, it was Castles over there. 39 and 32 for Jai Gohil. His fight in the middle comes to an end. A valiant effort by him at a strike rate of 121. In the 18th over, it's 134 for 4. Tamil on strike. Oh, almost got wicket number 2. 2 in 2. Very close to the off stump. Just trying to play a big heave. The swing and a miss we so often see.
How brilliantly they have planned. I'm really impressed the way these guys are operating now. The bowling unit. They knew it's a new batsman. The first delivery was close to the off stump with good pace and up. And inviting the batsman, because you know when the new batsman is in, footwork is a problem.
Oh, this is confusion in the middle. This could be close. Yes, it's over. The finger should be raised, and yes, it has been. Absolute horrible mix-up in the middle. Yes, no. And in the process, Gajjar will have to depart. Absolutely no calling. And Kutch Warriors are sensing and sniffing their first victory in Season 2 of the Saurashtra Premier League.
I think it was a very, very, very dangerous call, and mind you, when the ball goes behind, it is the runner's call. It's not the batsman's call, and Summer didn't even call. He was just waiting there, but because he had to respect his partner, he just ran later and he got run out, and he walks back dejected, and it's 134 for 5.
And on the 18th over, the Zalawad Royals are 134 for 5.
56 to get in 12 deliveries. Agnivesh Ayachi there. And 2 new batters in the middle who yet to open the account. Tamil there off the mark with that outer edge towards third man. But look at the presence of mind of the bowler over here. He was initially appealing, turned down, quickly backed up, went behind the wicket keeper, underarm throw and inflicted that run out. Great presence of mind.
Brilliant. That's what you want from your players. If you're desperate to win, this is what you get to see. And they were very desperate. They want this win. They know this one thing can change a lot of things for them. And the way Ramesh reacted, Ramesh, the way he was there, and then he thought that the ball is coming in his direction and he's the one who has to pick up and throw it to the keeper where they can create a chance. Very quickly he did that. That was brilliant.
Shuffling in the crease, wrapped on the pads. Half-hearted appeal, turned down. And leg by signal and all of it. Just got the impression that was climbing.
Yeah, it was. And so is the game climbing away from the Royals. I don't see them getting almost 55 runs in 11 or 10 deliveries.
But what an effort by Kutch Warriors. Pushed to the wall, 2 matches down, still to open the account. Come back and put up a spirited batting performance, and to top that, wonderful fielding effort. Agnivesh Ayachi and his boys have just given themselves a glimmer of hope. 54 in 10. Oh, he goes big. This has been played high and handsome. Not an easy shot to play, but Tamil has just gone out there and drilled it over long off for a maximum.
And mind you, this ball was a regular delivery. There was pace in it. And this is absolutely Parimatch news. Cheerful moment for the batting team. They are not letting it go. They're fighting till the end. And that's what you expect.
Absolutely, Pragyan. Each time you've seen this pace on the ball, run scoring has looked easy. Just throws his bat at this one. It'll easily lob into the hands at point. And the send-off as well by Agnivesh Ayachi. The marching orders have been given. He says goodbye, you played your part, and we will put our 1 foot across the finishing line as well as Tamil departs for 7.
Right from the start, the captain has been very animative. He's picked up a very crucial wicket here, not letting loose the game. He knew that that boundary could have triggered a lot of things, but after that, when the batsman was trying to leave the wicket and trying to make a shot out of it, he chased the batsman and crammed him up, and the batsman ended up giving that catch to the fielder, and Tamil walks back for 7. It's 142 for 6.
The new batter for the Royals is Prasamad Rajdev.
We've practically seen 11 warriors on the field tonight for Kutch Warriors as Prasham Rajdev makes his way to the middle at a time when the asking rate is 36. That's because 48 is needed in 8, and Agnivesh Ayachi with his first scalp is eager to round off and finish his quota of 4 overs in style. That was quick. That just hit him in the awkward position as well, in no position whatsoever.
And I'm quite clear, the ball has hit the helmet, and as per the protocol, the umpires have to call the physio or the doctor present there just to check if the batsman is all right. This is very important because you never know what was the impact and how the concussion is going to end up. So it is very important to check, and this has been happening since few years now.
And which is rightfully the best thing to be done, because even as the batter may say that he's comfortable, you've got to have that check once. We'll take a look at the wicket, just throwing his bat at this one, and a straightforward catch by Vandy at point. Easy in the end for him. Agnivesh Ayachi giving a send-off as well to Tamil.
The funny thing is, Agnivesh has been doing that with the opponent as well as his own team, because he's desperate to win this game. As a leader, you don't want to get out of the tournament so soon. If there is a chance for you, you have to fight till the end.
Slower this time, down the leg side, fine leg up in the circle. That'll be 4 more. He cannot finish. Nevertheless, he may have got a wicket, but he concedes a 4 in his final delivery. 19 gone, it's 147 for 6. This performance by Kutch Warriors has made that points table very interesting. 43 needed of 6 at the moment. Looks an impossible task for the Royals. Looks to go big, does not quite get underneath this one. Single towards square leg. I'll tell you what, Pragyan, this performance by Kutch Warriors makes that points table very interesting.
Yeah, it does, but not too much. This is the last delivery we're talking about. He bowled a quicker one, trying to bowl those Yorker. It was a wobbly seam, but the ball was quick. And as I told you, if you bowl quicker, you end up going for those runs because the ball is coming onto the bat for the batsman. If you're bowling those slow deliveries and mixing up the pace, that's when batsman is not getting the exact bat speed.
Scoop didn't quite get underneath this one. They'll quickly run for a single. So it looks like it's just a matter of time before the finishing touches will be applied by the bowling side. Now they'll breathe a sigh of relief. That's because they've given them an outside chance to remain in contention for the top two. And the Royals too have made it a very interesting proposition for the matches lined up in the coming days.
Indeed, and I think this is the last game for the Royals. They will be little worried. Only thing that can be a saving grace for them is the net run rate. It may go down after this game, but still it's a that can be a saving grace for them.
Yeah, by the end of it you realize 190 to get in 20 overs became a mountain to climb, or rather mountains to climb, and credit has to be given to the bowling unit.
Oh yes, the way they adopted and the way the captain decided that this is what our plan is, and it's very important. You have a set plan, but when you're on the field, when things go differently, you have to change your plan. And it's very interesting. Last game we saw Chetan Sakaria coming number 3, number 4 to bat, and till now we haven't seen him bat.
Yes, if there was any time where they needed somebody to play the big hits, and if Sakaria was the man, then today it was the day for him to be promoted and play some big hits. In T20s we don't talk about pinch hitters, Pragyan.
T20, yes we do. At times we've seen Sunil Narayan doing that for KKR, and here I was expecting Chetan Sakaria to come on and play some wonderful shots, and that's I think the first warning for the no ball going over the head, and fortunately they've given it a wide. At times it can be a no ball. Looked very close to me, and that could have been a free hit as well.
That's right in front, and that's another wicket for the Kutch Warriors. No hesitation at all. The finger is raised, and Prasham Rajdev will have to depart. It's just been that kind of a day for the Royals, where nothing has gone their way.
Absolutely nothing has gone their way, and it is straight in front. There was no doubt, not even a 0.001%. It was dead in front, and Rajdev walks back for 2. It's 152 for 7.
Down the ground, straight as it could get. They're looking for the second. There should be another wicket, another run out, and it's curtains as well for the Royals in the middle as they go down on this fixture against the Kutch Warriors, as they register their first points and keep their hopes alive in season 2 of the Saurashtra Premier League. What a performance it's been by the men in yellow. They have put up an absolute fine display with bat, ball and in the field, and by doing so they have certainly raised hopes of a comeback.
Yes, absolutely. This tournament is not over for the Warriors, but saying that, now a lot will depend on the other teams. This is the run out we're talking about. Chetan Sakaria was just trying to show that he's very athletic. He was quite far away, but as I said, for the Royals, they have to wait and see what the other teams do. and you don't want to be in that situation as a team or as an individual. You want the control for yourself, and we see a happy captain now. He was animated all over tonight while he was fielding, but now he's a happy man, and his dressing room must be very happy and satisfied with the way his batsmen have delivered and the way his bowlers they executed the plan.
By the end of it, 190 was the target, and it was very difficult. Early loss for the Royals. They lost Kotaria very early, but Kotak and Jackson then began to consolidate and rebuild. Jackson was looking good before he departed for 50. Gohil though raised unlikely hopes, and Gajjar, after he was run out for 11, it was more of catch-up as they were sliding and slipping in this chase of theirs. Going down by 36 runs in the bowling department, credit has to be given to Padiachi. 2 for 18 for him at an economy of 4.5. The bowlers had the cushion to bowl at, and they struck at regular intervals. Just one brief partnership for the third wicket, but after that it was a procession as wickets fell at 134, again 134, 142 and 152, and this meant that they were curtailed to 153 for 8. A quick confirmation of the match summary in game number 7. Kutch Warriors batting first got 189 for 5. The night belonged to Samarth Vyas. A blistering and blitzkrieg 102 unbeaten runs in 59 deliveries supported by Ranjan and Patak. Jackson in the chase got 50 and so did Gohil, but by the end of it, it was too much for them as they went down by 36 runs. So here's the confirmation of the standings as well. Kutch Warriors still in the negatives, but they have a win to boast, and at the moment it's Royals still looking good with 4 points. Let's head across to Medona as she has someone special with her by the sidelines.
Kutch Warriors finally back the first victory of Parimatch News presents Saurashtra Premier League Season 2. Their dream is still alive of being in the tournament, and right now I am in conversation with Ramesh Padiachi, who gave a phenomenal bowling spell. 4 overs, an economy as low as 4.50, 2 wickets and a run out. Hello Ramesh, कैसा लग रहा है आपको अभी?
अच्छा लग रहा है मेरे को, और बॉलिंग मतलब जैसे बोला था वैसे ही किया हमने अकॉर्डिंग टू प्लान, और मतलब पिच हमने अच्छा रीड किया था. इस बार फर्स्ट मैच में थोड़ा वो एरर हो गया, तो इस साल हम मतलब इस बार हमने अच्छा वो बैक किया.
आपका परफॉर्मेंस बहुत ही बढ़िया गया, आप इतने नाखुश क्यों लग रहे हैं?
मतलब अभी भी हम टेबल पे थोड़े नीचे है, तो हम टॉप करना चाहते थे. उसके लिए और भी हम रन रोक सकते थे, पर नेक्स्ट मैच में वो ट्राई करेंगे.
कोई नहीं, अभी भी ये जंग जारी है, ड्रीम जारी है, और इस टूर्नामेंट में आपका सपना जारी है. आपको क्या बोलना है इस बारे में?
अच्छा लग रहा है, मैं फर्स्ट बार खेल रहा हूँ, मतलब इससे पहले मैं खेला नहीं था, तो अच्छा लग रहा है. ये एटमॉस्फेयर अच्छा था उसके लिए.
All right, thank you so much for talking to us. All the very best for the tournament. Over to the commentators.
Ramesh Padiachi with a very fine performance. Well, we still have to look forward to the presentation, but that and all of it after a short break.
Well, no fantastic cliffhanging finish today, and the Royals found out there's no fun chasing 190. Congratulations to the winners. Just a quick reminder, of course, before that, a big thank you to everybody here in Rajkot. Thank you so much for being here today. Hope you enjoyed that run feast, particularly in the first innings. On behalf of the Saurashtra Cricket Association, we'd like to thank our primary sponsors, to begin with Parimatch News and Level Up 11. VU Sports, special partners Canara Bank, State Bank of India and Indian Bank as well. On behalf of Parimatch News, Saurashtra Premier League, we'd also like to thank the BCCI and all government organizations and those who were involved in the smooth conduct of these matches. Let's get to the presentation party. To my right first, a very familiar face. She's been here for many of the matches. Miss Ajita Khanna, representing Level Up 11. Wonderful to see you here. Hope you enjoyed the match. And of course, hello to your daughter as well. Big smile. And to her right, of course, we've got the Honorable Mayor of Rajkot, Shri Pradeep Dav. Thank you, Pradeep ji, for being here today at the SCA. Let's just quickly get to the awards. The first award is our Level Up 11 Fantasy King of the Match, who will receive a check of 15,000 as well as a trophy from Ms. Ajita Khanna. 155 points for a record scoring 100. It is Samarth Vyas. Congratulations. Big smile by Mr. Vyas. Samarth, don't go too far away. We searched long and hard for who else could be our Parimatch News Man of the Match, but we came up with the same name. For 102 from 59, Samarth Vyas is also our Parimatch News Man of the Match. He'll receive a check of 25,000 rupees from the Honorable Mayor of Rajkot, Shri Pradeep Dav. And Pradeep, if you're okay, आइए, डरिए मत, 100 बनाने के बाद अब क्या डरना है? Congratulations, fabulous. And you know now that you're the highest individual scorer in the SPL. Magnificent 100.
Thank you, sir. अभी अच्छा लग रहा है. 2 इनिंग अभी मेरी ऐसे ही वेस्ट हो गई थी, तो एक इनिंग मेरी आना बाकी था इसलिए.
अच्छा भाई, मुझे पूछना है कि आखिरी 2 बॉल पे छक्का उसके पहले 90 पे थे, तो कुछ लगा कि 100 पहुंच जाऊं या बस जितना बन सका देख लेंगे?
नहीं, मैं एक छक्का देख रहा था और एक बाउंड्री देख रहा था, पर मेरे स्लॉट में बॉल मिल गई तो मैंने क्लियर कर दिया.
और कुछ देर तक तो चेस काफ़ी ठीक चल रही थी. कुछ ऐसा लगा कि शायद कहीं 190 बन नहीं जाए?
नहीं, ऐसा नहीं लग रहा था, क्योंकि हमारे पास एक्सपीरियंस बॉलर्स है. कृषांग है, वंदित है, अग्निवेश है. तो क्या है कि डेथ ओवर्स में रन बनाना उतना मुश्किल होगा, क्योंकि उनके मेन बैट्समैन आउट हो गए थे, तो नए बैट्समैन के लिए थोड़ा मुश्किल था.
Samarth, what a wonderful night. एक तो टीम जीत गई, you are still in the competition, और एक बहुत बेहतरीन century. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Samarth Vyas, our Parimatch News Man of the Match. A big thank you to the presentation party, and of course back up to the commentary box to finish up match number 7 on day 6.
What a night it's been for the Kutch Warriors, and what a night for Samarth Vyas, the highest run getter, 102. And the highest score ever in the Saurashtra Premier League as well. Record stumbled tonight, and the man came to the fore just when his team needed him the most, as they went on to beat the Zalawad Royals by 36 runs and register their first win and keep themselves in the hunt for the top 2. Still a lot of hard work to do for them, but a confirmation about this victory for them. And this means that the points table as well poses an interesting equation for all teams. Everybody believe they have something in it for themselves, but Gohilwad Gladiators and Halar Heroes have an extra game on hand, and that will come in very handy as they progress in the tournament. For the moment, Royals right on top with a very healthy net run rate of .253. There's so much to look forward to on a Wednesday as well. We have an early start, and 2:45 local time. It's going to be Gohilwad Gladiators against Kutch Warriors, who've just registered a very fine win, and they'll be buoyed by this performance to come stronger and get them 2 more in their final game. And the second match of the evening will be played 6:45 IST, and it'll be Sorath Lions, who missed out last evening, against Halar Heroes, who've been quiet in this tournament as well. Both of them have a good chance of climbing with a strong win. Well, what a night it's been for the Kutch Warriors and for all of us who witnessed a wonderful century and a performance by the batting side when they got to 190. We look forward to your company tomorrow as well for the doubleheader. We thank you for joining us tonight. From all of us out here, good night and goodbye.
सौराष्ट्र के इन मैदानों में इस जंग के के ऐलानों में हर तरफ यहाँ अब शोर चले, देखेंगे किसका जोर चले, देखेंगे किसका जोर चले। निकले हैं झंडे गाड़ के ग्लैडिएटर्स गोहिलवाड़ के, दुश्मन को जड़ से उखाड़ने रॉयल्स झालावाड़ ने। फिर कूद पड़े ललकार के हीरोज अपने हालार के, हो ध्वस्त सभी का अहंकार, सुन कच्छ वॉरियर्स की हुंकार। दुश्मन का पूर्ण विसर्जन है, 16 लायंस की गर्जन है। हर युद्ध यहाँ घन घोर चले, हर तरफ यहाँ अब शोर चले।